Fight fans, what's goody out there, man? What's going on, man? It is the homie, Mainman Mademan in the building. Hey, man, y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Once again, it's on. Once again, honor and a pleasure. I repeat, a honor and a pleasure to rock out with the boxing fam and the boxing fans. Wednesday, impromptu episode, fight fans. You know what that means. Our time now, man. What up, though? Salute to everyone that catches this live. Major salute to everyone that catches this on the playback. Thumbs up as you pull up. You already know. What's up, man? What's going on, fight fans? Thought I'd come on through today, man, you know, and talk some of this real spill with the fam, you know what I'm saying? Especially since the attempted live stream, if you will, that I tried to do, I think that was yesterday, didn't come out so well. It came out a bit choppy, fight fans, so my apologies to you. Thought I'd come on through and try to mop that on up, you know what I'm saying, and come on back with a better episode, you feel me? So my apologies. I've since taken the video down because when I went back and watched it, fam, it was choppy, and we made some cool ass points in that video, man. Damn, we was talking about Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez, and the whole, you know, how with the reaction that we had got from that face in that press conference, man, and I'm real disappointed about that, man. I'm real disappointed, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, and we'll kind of touch a little something on that in this episode right here as we move forward, you know what I mean? Salute to my homie JP Mendez. I see you, JP Mendez. What's up, fam? What's up, fam? Man, I should have my mug by now, but I can't load the page. Yeah, you know what? You and couple other folks said something was acting up with the link. I've since reposted hopefully a different link. It should be back on the community page. We have had a few purchases, so I want to say in advance already, thank you to those who've already purchased one. Thank you. I'm feeling good about it. I can't wait to y'all sipping with the homie. And yeah, JP Mendez, go back and try it again, bro. It's on the community page. Go check it on out and see if that second link should work out. If not, please come and let me know if you're having problems with that, and I'll try to do a better job at it or figure out another way, you know what I mean? So thank you to everyone once again in advance for checking out the channel merch. We've already started posting coffee mugs. Feel free to go on over there and cop you one, man. Cool, you know, designed by myself, you know what I'm saying? Boxing theme, of course. And hopefully y'all love it. It's just another way to support the channel if you can, you know what I mean? And I really appreciate it. And just as a quick heads up to everybody, just always know that any, you know, donations or any sort of way that comes into the channel all goes back into the channel. It benefits the channel. This is how Mainman is able to keep up with the newest mics, the newest lights, to keep streaming, you know what I'm saying? The channel, that money doesn't go in my pocket. I don't take that money and run to the casino or betting on fights or crazy stuff like that. That money goes back into an account and it stays there until the channel needs something, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it works. So that's how we keep it rolling. So once again, I want to say in advance to everyone, thank you, and thank you some more, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to this real spill, shall we? Bruce Gas, boxing and jazz and more is in our house. What's up, Bruce? Salute to my homie Bruce Gas, man. Always holding me down, bro. Much love to Bruce, man. Loving the channel, Bruce. Loving what you're doing, bruh. Everybody that hear the sound of my voice checking out Bruce Gas, man. Real chill OG over there, man. Talks that real spill. Man, you gonna have a real chill, positive, good-ass vibe when you go chill with Bruce Gas. You know what I'm saying? That's my man right there. Much love to you, Bruce. Much love, man. So, yeah, man, without further ado, fight fans, let me just say before we get into the boxing, hey, man, for those who don't know or those who haven't heard, you know, hey, look, man, y'all know I'm into the online selling stuff, right? I'm into that heavy. I have 3 online stores that I keep running 24/7, and they're a lot of work. They're a lot of work. I've grown them over the years. They're my babies, what I like to call them. I keep them well stocked. I got stuff coming and going on the daily, you know what I mean? Well, anyone who may have just got into this or maybe is interested in doing this, man, and for those who do this, y'all have heard the news and just people in general, you know what I mean, just general information. But I don't know if y'all heard the news that the Postal Service is once again going up in price. Like they're raising the rates again with the Postal Service. And y'all might say, well, that's the big deal, man. That is a big deal to people like Mainman Mademan. Because mostly, you feel me, what makes online selling the best thing and everything is that we undercut these big box stores. That's how you're able to go on Amazon or eBay or any other Shopify, wherever you go, and find like the best prices in the world, because you got everyday people kind of doing it. And what they do is we undercut the market basically in a nutshell. But what prevents the little guy from undercutting the market is when shipping costs and more costs start to come into play, which makes the products rise up. You know what I mean? The price of the product goes up. And in a lot of cases, just like any major corporation, they pass the price on to the customer. So in our case, the shipping cost goes up. So that means the cost of goods goes up. You know what I'm saying? And it's very unfortunate, but that's what's about to happen real soon once again. Now, I gotta tell y'all, man, I miss the dude with the white head, the last dude that was in the big White House. You know what I'm saying? I kind of miss him to a certain degree because, dog, when it comes to business and when it comes to entrepreneurship, bro, he was like a plus. He was a huge plus. You know what I mean? Hey, remember, man, the tax laws got changed in favor of business, in favor of the average Joe who wanted to start a business, who wanted to get into entrepreneurship in one way or another. Well, those tax laws that would change benefits that person. It may not benefit the everyday person, I will admit, and some deductions may be taken away. But to the person that says, you know what, I'm tired of working for the man, I want to be my own boss. Well, that last guy was actually a hell of a plus. One of the things he used to always talk about was the fact how, you know, corporations like Amazon, for example, how they get the one leg up with their shipping. You got Amazon Prime and you got all of this stuff out here. And the way that they get their one leg up is that they got a special deals cut out with themselves with the Postal Service. So they get a better deal, which means that they can do Amazon Prime and $99 for the whole year and all of this other stuff. And they can undercut the little dude like me and like everyone else, because guess what? The Postal Service is hooking them up. He was talking against that. Like, no, they should be going like everybody else. Put it on the even playing field. Share the same shipping costs. If I ship out a shirt, fight fans, I got to pay $8, $9 just to ship it. You feel what I'm saying? While Amazon is paying maybe $2. And that's what the last guy was talking about. So for those who got to deal with that, man, y'all may see online prices increase. Anytime you see online prices increase at your Amazon and at your eBays or wherever you go and get your little knickknacks, it's mainly because of costs going up in one way or another. Some people see it in the price in the form of gas. Like with the gas prices and everything, how it make other goods go up. They're talking about making more cars more efficient on ethanol. So, of course, the price of corn is going to go up. And now to the little guy, to the sellers out there. Well, guess what? Look like everyone's cost is going to be going up. Because now they're charging us more to ship the shit. And take in mind, fight fans, I know at least over the last year to year and a half, I've seen at least 2 to 3 postage or shipping increases. But just in the last year and a half. It's crazy. Just food for thought, fight fans. Just food for thought for anyone who ever thought about getting into this, who does this, wonder how things work when cost goes up for, say, the manufacturer or whoever else. And say if I was ordering my stuff from China and that stuff got to come over on boats and planes, well, that fuel is up. So guess what? My shipments are up. That's the way it goes. Interesting, fight fans. Very interesting. What's up, man? Mike, what's up, man? Salute to my homie Mike Rhyme in the house. What's up, Mike? We gonna definitely chop it up about some Spence Crawford talk today, champ. What's up, man? I'm gonna present a very interesting dynamic in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Andre Self, what's up, man? What's going on, bro? Salute, main man, and the chat. Hit that like button and let's go. Hey, thumbs up as you pull up to everybody. Hit the thumbs up for the homie main man. Can you do that for me? You know what I'm saying? Give me that Terence Crawford, you know what I mean? Uppercut, boom, right there on the like button, man. I'd appreciate it. That no look left hook right there on the like button. I'd appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Keisha? Keisha Sellers is in our house. What's up, sis? What's going on with you? What's up? Salute to Keisha, man. Salute to Keisha. So let's talk some boxing, fight fans. Let's see what's going on around the sport. Y'all know how we do whenever we talking boxing live. Normally, we just kind of go around the sport, whatever's hot at the moment. We put it on the grill and we see what's going on with it. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's start off. First off, I don't know if y'all heard the news of this, and this is a minor story, so I ain't even really going to go so far in it, man. And that's this Tyson Fury story. Now, y'all heard about this Tyson Fury thing. Tyson Fury being denied entry into the United States. That's floating around. They got articles about it everywhere. Tyson Fury attempted to gain a flight to New York about a week or so ago, in which he was denied, and then he's tried to board a second flight, and he was denied again. According to his father, who came out on social media saying that also he can't travel, as well as the brother, the other Fury can't travel. The one that's fighting the other Fury, he can't fight. He can't fly either. Basically, Tyson Fury's brother can't fly either. And it's been alluded to in these reports that it's all because of the associations basically with Daniel Kinahan, and we all know the news that basically anyone associated or have done business dealings with Daniel Kinahan basically can't move right now. Everyone is running for cover. They're hiding money. They're ducking. They're dodging. They're covering their tracks. They're covering their story. They're trying to stay the hell away from Bob Arum, who is snitching on everybody. Bob Arum is naming names, dates, places, the whole 9 yards. We've covered it here on the channel, fight fans. Bob Arum is letting nothing back. You know what I'm saying? To my Crawford fans and to my Crawford nation, I know we are weary about that subject because we just don't know now, do we? We just don't know now, do we? There's articles out there that, come on, man, let's just talk about the 800-pound gorilla in the room. We just don't know if Terence Crawford is linked into this. However, nothing has came out saying that Terence Crawford has anything to do with this Kinahan situation. Nothing has came out thus far. It was raised in an interview with Steven Espinoza. Of course, the Weasel will be the first one to want to come out and talk about this, right? The Weasel has brought this out, and he's basically said it could be a potential problem if there were links between Terence Crawford and Daniel Kinahan. So everyone who's associated with the man, who's done business with him, the list is long. We'll see what that final list looks like of all names associated, and it's going to be interesting. Now, keep in mind, fight fans, I'm not one to blame these fighters or fault these fighters or say that these fighters are like some sort of monster or some shit like that because they dealt with Daniel Kinahan. That'd be the wrong position to take. These dudes don't know who they dealing with, man. I mean, half of the time, they don't even know who they dealing with. They just know where the money's coming. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these fighters ain't got shit to do with all of that mess that he got going on. These fighters ain't got shit to do with it. They just doing business. They don't know who's in line with what. They don't know who own what company. They just doing business. Now, in Tyson Fury's case, he was kind of blatant with it. You know what I'm saying? He's like on video, Daniel, my boy, yelling out Daniel Kinahan's name and everything like that. If anybody's going to get got, it's going to be his ass. Him and Billy Joe Saunders. They were like blatant and open and just like super welcoming of it. Everyone else, even if they were or wasn't, was real kind of hush about it. You know what I'm saying? But in Tyson Fury's case, he can't travel, and it's very unfortunate. The heavyweight champion of the world can't move like that, man. But it is what it is. Like I said, I don't fault these fighters, bro. They don't know. They have nothing to do with all of that shit. They are fight. They just boxers, man. It's not like they've been out there putting in work with Kinahan and all of this other stuff. Nah, I mean, I get it. They're not supposed to touch his money or have any business dealings with him, but it's like one of them guilty by association type things. And I'm just like, I just think that, you know, if the fighters get pulled in, I just hope that all the fighters are like exempt from this shit. That's what I hope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it, guys. Josh Taylor, all of these guys, they may have some knowing and knowledge. They're not stupid. They're not blind. They're not deaf. I get all that. But at the end of the day, they just fighters, man. You know what I mean? They not out there doing what all of these reporting is saying that Daniel Kinahan did and all that. They ain't got shit to do with that. You know, I read stories. Ben Davidson, he can't travel. Matthew Macklin. Now, Matthew Macklin, that might be different. Matthew Macklin actually helped start MTK, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But he was actually one of the co-founders also of MTK. So, of course, in Matthew Macklin's case, then that's something to maybe see there. But the rest of these fighters, man, like, nah, man. I mean, nah. I mean, blame boxing. If you want to blame anybody, you blame boxing, the institution as a whole. Because if you want to single out fighters, that's not the way to go. The institution as a whole, if you want to say, well, why they let this monster in, then ask that question. How many networks, how many promoters, how many managers, how many commissions, how many all of these folks were in the know? This is the institution of boxing. But y'all want to whittle it down to the fight. Oh, the fight. It ain't got nothing to do with the fighters. It's the institution. Boxing institution at its core is fucked up. You look at Jarrell the Mutant Miller just getting let back into the fight game. For what? For what? Why is he getting another chance again? Riddle me that. Why is he getting another chance again? What, we want to see him hurt somebody first. Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, you want to see him put somebody in a damn coma first. And then we're going to sit Big Mutant Miller down there, right? That's when we're going to sit him down. Boxing as an institution is fucked up, fight fans. So let's not pick on the little guy. We got a bad habit of doing that. I mean, I say the little guy. In Tyson Fury's case, he's a damn 7-foot tall millionaire, right? No, I mean, I say the little guy. I mean, like the fighters. They are the ones at the end of the ladder. How many layers did all of this shit have to go through before it got to said fighter? How many commissions were in on it? Huh? How many sanctioning bodies were in on it? How many promoters? How many managers? I've heard Eddie Hearn speak on this, man. I've heard Bob know names, dates, and the whole nine, y'all. How many of the institution knows about it? Don't put the fighters' names in the articles. Don't try to expose the little guy. But in Tyson Fury's case, like I said, man, he brought the heat on his fucking self. Should have shut his damn mouth. You know what I'm saying? He running around here yelling and screaming. If you know your homie into some shady shit, whether you know what's going on or not, or got anything to do with it, but you know he into some shady shit, you know he on the low. Why the hell you yelling this now? I tell you why, to be honest with you. Because Tyson Fury was participating in that whole campaign of trying to legitimize the man. Tyson Fury basically was the guy that they were using at that time when they came out with that little video and all that stuff, remember, to legitimize the man. And Tyson was going to be the face that did it. That's why I remember they were trying to pull out of the Wilder fight, go towards AJ. And when they thought that they had the deal in the bag is when he came out, going all crazy. Thought the fight was going to be in the UK. He ain't had to worry about nothing. Boom, boom, boom. It was all taken care of. Until questions start coming up about what's up with Tyson Fury's license in the UK, though. Remember in that last fight with Dillian White, that shit got overlooked. Remember, Tyson Fury technically still doesn't have a license in the UK, fight fans. Y'all do know that, right? Remember, he got a pass on that last fight with Dillian White. I'm just saying. He did. I'm just saying. He did. So let's push on. So we'll see how that all works out. We'll see what that final list. There's a lot of names, man. Jojo Diaz, you better watch out, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of folks. And I just hope in the end that all fighters are able to walk away And hey, this is a business, and hey, they're just doing business. They're trying to keep their careers moving. They ain't got shit to do with all of that can of worms that's sitting on the other side. You dig? And that's how I feel. And I hope no fighters get in no kind of trouble. So let's keep on pushing, shall we? Another slight story. This time I'm gonna put this one on the screen, fight fans. We're gonna put this one on the screen because I find this one to be funny in light of the ESPN pound for pound list, fight fans. Let's take a quick glance at this one right here, right? Let me take a quick glance at this. I'm gonna put it right here on the screen. As you can see, we're gonna rock real quick for a minute with this. The 2022 ESPY nominations: Tyson Fury, Shakur Stevenson, Katie Taylor, Michaela Mayer is up for the Best Boxer Award, fight fans, at the ESPYs. The ESPYs is like the biggest like sports award, right? You know what I mean? I know, but don't y'all find something a little funny about this list of names of everybody that's up for an ESPY for Best Boxer? Y'all find anything funny about these names? How about the fact that all of these dudes are ESPN fighters with the exception of Katie Taylor? And well, I said dudes, Michaela Mayer's a female, but all of these folks are here are ESPN fighters with the exception of Katie Taylor. Now, this is just weeks after we've seen ESPN come out with that fraudulent pound for pound list, right? Matter of fact, the last two. Matter of fact, scratch that. The last four. Let's do this one more time. The last 8 ESPN pound for pound lists were fraudulent. They were fraudulent. No Charlos, you know what I mean? Like all of their favorite fighters that they wanted to put on it, that they want to market, that they want to get out there, you know what I'm saying? Leaving little Devin off the list, taking Devin Haney off the list. That's supposed to be one of their own. Yet Devin Haney ain't getting no kind of love whatsoever over there. Well, we got this right here. So their list is Tyson Fury, the man that's banned, the banned man, you know what I'm saying? Banned man, we got him and Shakur, basically on the male side. What the fuck ever, bruh? You know what I'm saying? If this ain't so politically pushed type stuff, I don't know. This is why you can't even trust the award shows in boxing. Man, you can't trust nothing. Pound for pound list is all politically motivated. It's all politically motivated. So the reason that they're saying that Tyson Fury, because of his defeat of Deontay Wilder and also his victory over Dillian White. Shakur Stevenson, victory over Jamel Herring, and his victory over Oscar Valdez. I'm going to tell you right now. Let me stop right here. And this is before I get to the ladies. But if it comes down between Shakur and Tyson, hey, give that thing to Shakur. Give it to Shakur, fight fans. Why you might say that, main man? I look at it like this. Shakur beat 2 reigning champions after moving up in weight with these 2 wins. He moved up in weight and beat not just 2 or for vacant belts and stuff like, he beat 2 reigning champions. And in Jamel Herring's case, coming off the best wins of his career. When you look at the Oscar Valdez win, well, Oscar Valdez was basically declared the man once he came up and beat Berchelt. Now, he had a shaky performance against Conceição, but at the end of the day, he still was being basically recognized as the guy. And Shakur came out and not only beat them, fight fans, he dominated them. He not only beat them, he dominated them while moving up in weight. As for Tyson Fury victory over Deontay Wilder, well, that's historic. That's huge. Without a doubt, that is huge. With the level of respect that I have for Deontay Wilder, for a man to beat that man, of course I got to fuck with him. Of course I got to respect him. I ain't got no choice, now do I? A lot of y'all want to say, well, nah, he did this, he did that. Fuck all that. He beat Bomb Squad. It is what it is. I'm not opening that can of worms right now. He beat that man. That's an incredible victory. But however, if you want to use the one from last October or wherever the range is for choosing who win the award, I mean, Slim, like that was the third fight. He had already beat Bomb Squad in the second one. The third fight was like a little, like, it's kind of like it had a lot of space between those fights. You know what I'm saying? It was a third fight. And we seen Tyson already beat Wilder. And the Dillian White fight, well, Dillian White ain't have a belt. He had that, I've been waiting for 10 years and 359 days belt, but I mean, he was the mandatory, but he ain't really had no belt. Not to mention his shaky performances against Oscar Rivas, his Povetkin knockout. I mean, I like that's one, and it's a good caliber win. It's not a bad caliber win. It's a good caliber win in the heavyweight division. But to say that that's bigger than what Shakur did, I have to disagree. I'll give him, I mean, the Wilder thing was incredible, but it was the third fight. Dillian White ain't have shit and was already looking shaky around that time. Let's just call it for what it is. As for Shakur, he beat two dudes who were reigning and were considered high level and the elite of the division. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying while I sip my coffee. Give me a second. Tell me I'm lying. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Shakur did that. So I think Shakur should definitely win it over Tyson Fury. Now, as for Katie Taylor, the way that she's on the list, I mean, where the hell is my girl Clarissa? Where's tYerence? I don't see tYerence on here, huh? Beat Jennifer Hahn, and she beat Sharapova. I remember these fights. Serrano was the big one. I mean, come on, man. I give her the Serrano one, but these two here, I mean, yeah, you know, whatever, you know, yeah, okay. The Serrano one was good, you know what I'm saying? I got to give her that one. Michaela Mayer, same girl that Katie Taylor beat, Jennifer Hahn. They both beat Jennifer Hahn. She beat her in April to retain her belts. She beat Hamaduchi to unify the WBO and IBF. That's cool too, you know what I mean? But none of that to me beats what Shakur has done. Shakur should take this ESPY. Shakur Stevenson should take this ESPY fight, fans. What say y'all? I think Shakur should win it. Let me get a couple comments in, man. Salute to the fam, man. Salute to the fam. 2 Will Slim, another great show, fam. Hey, is that my man? Because I know that statement, man. What's up, 2 Will Slim? Is that who I think it is, man? What's up, family? I just want to be sure. What's up, bro? What's up, man? Bruce, it don't matter. Said, what's up, man? Salute to it don't matter, man. What's up, bro? Taraki says a Nigerian female sprinter just got banned for 11 years, effectively banning her for life. What, for her association with Kinahan? Is that why you saying that's the reason that happened? Let me know, man. I'm sorry that's messed up. You know what I'm saying? H Money hashtag Mob. What's up, H Money? He say, what's good? What's good with H Money? What's up with you, champ? What's up with you? Damone, my main man, Damone is in our house. What's up, Damone? What's up, champ? What's up with you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to all of y'all, man. Salute to all of y'all, man. Salute to H Money. Yes, sir. D-Ray says, we talking boxing, man. You already know. Hot garbage. Wilder wasn't what they said he was, and look how poor that White looked. Well, Wilder is who they said he was. He fought his heart out, first off. And that's a monumental win. You got to be careful when you say that, bro, because when you say Wilder, who isn't what he say he was, you are basically watering and washing down Tyson Fury's victory. You're making that victory look less and less monumental the more you do that. It would not be in the best interest of Fury fans to run around down in Deontay Wilder, because that's his crowning achievement. I'm going to say that one more time for the folks that just walked in this jump, man. That's his crowning achievement. Y'all may say, well, Klitschko, man. Klitschko at that point had already had his reign in time. He had slowed down. He wasn't in his prime time. Wilder is Tyson Fury's crowning achievement. That's why he walks around boxing saying he won 500 million, because he damn sure, over here at least, he wasn't selling shit. He can say I won 500 million. He can walk around and say I won $500 million because he beat Deontay Wilder. So let's not forget that Lennar Thomas is in our house. Lennar, what's up, my brother? What's up, man? Hope all is well, man. And hey, look, man, I hope all of y'all looking forward to the 4th, man. We got the 4th coming up. I'm really looking forward to this, man. I'm going to light up the sky, fight fans. So check it out, man. I'm going to say Shakur Stevenson should take this ESPY, in my opinion. And I can't wait to see how they pull this out, because that'll be a good award for the young fighter. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll work out good. It'll look good in his trophy closet next to those belts. And I think that's a good look for the young boy, man. Real spill. So it's crazy, man. Devin Haney ain't even being considered. Once again, Devin Haney just became under-damn-sputed. He's an ESPN fighter, ESPN. Y'all do realize that, right? Does ESPN realize Devin Haney is an ESPN fighter? He just became undisputed. And y'all don't even speak on him. They be treating Devin like the stepchild, bro. Like, for real, man. Like, damn, they take him off the pound for pound list. They don't even consider him for an ESPY after winning all of the belts. That shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. What's up, Lennar? Salute to Lennar. Clarissa, what's up, Clarissa? Clarissa, what happened to your blue suit, darling? Clarissa, you got it now, man. You got it back now. Wilder deserves respect. He went out like a warrior in his fights against Fury. 100%. I agree with that 150%. So this is a good thing, man. And just to take a quick peek at it, fight fans, because since we are talking about Shakur Stevenson, let's keep on pushing on to some more Shakur news. Because I know y'all heard Shakur Stevenson's next fight has now been announced. And we will be getting Shakur Stevenson back in his hometown on ESPN, man. So let's look at the reporting on this. Salute to Craig Daly over at Boxing News 24 for putting this on down. So let's just follow his article. I'll put it right here on your screen, fight fans. And as you can see, Shakur Stevenson's next fight is already ready to go. And they're talking about Shakur Stevenson defends against Robson Conceição on September the 23rd on ESPN. You know what I mean? Now, this is not, of course, the fight that the fans will be clamoring for. Let's just call it for what it is. It's not that fight. It's not the fight that we want. We want to see Devin. We want to see him mixing it up with the Lomas. That's what we want. Simple and Simon. But this is the way that they're going to go. Hell, Shakur is not even going for undisputed at the current moment against the other 2 champions, and Roger Gutierrez. And who's the other guy? We got Roger Gutierrez and the one that's over there with Eddie Hearn, man. I always mix up his name. But the other champion, he's not fighting either one of them right now. And it's very unfortunate. According to Bob Arum, he doesn't see that those fights are going to be big money fights. And he basically saying it is a waste of time right now. Those are not big name fights. It probably won't do much for Shakur as far as popularity is concerned if he was to go off after those unifications. But my thing is, what the hell is this fight doing? Can somebody explain it to me? Now, I like Conceição. I seen that fight against Oscar Valdez. Of course, I gave him the fight against Oscar Valdez. My vids still stand. But at the end of the day, it's like, can we do a little better than this? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you can say that boxing is setting a right for Conceição, because if you thought that Conceição beat Oscar Valdez, well, he should have been getting that Shakur Stevenson fight anyway. But let me tell you right now, fight fans, I don't like the mesh of styles. I don't like it's just not a great mesh of styles, in my opinion. Shakur Stevenson will make a defense of his WBC, WBO super featherweight titles 3 months from now against Robinson Conceição on September the 23rd, the headliner on ESPN in Newark, New Jersey. So that's the best part about this. Shakur getting a hometown fight. Shakur basically getting another opportunity to continue to build his name in front of his hometown crowd, which is always a good thing for the kid. You know what I mean? Because hopefully his performances continue to wow folks and get better and better. But Robson Conceição is more boxer than aggressor, fight fans. We seen what he did against Oscar Valdez. And a lot of folks feel as though maybe he didn't go after Valdez enough. You know what I mean? He was kind of happy with the work that he was doing with outboxing to a certain degree Oscar Valdez. More of a patient guy. Brazilian, you know what I mean? Likes to use his jab, like to box at range. Can move a bit slow. I think Shakur would take advantage of the speed. I think Shakur will be light years faster than Conceição. I think he'll be much more athletically superior to Conceição, but I think it'll be a slow-paced fight. I don't like the mesh of styles completely like that. I see a chess match coming, which doesn't benefit Shakur at this present moment in this boxing climate. But, you know, that's what I think we're going to get. I think Shakur's going to pick him apart over time with his speed and with the ability that he likes to eventually go get you in the second half of fights if he feel like he got you. But I think Shakur will outbox him early and maybe hurt him late. Outbox him early, hurt him late. Should be a decent fight though, but more chess match. If you are into the fundamentals, you into the angles, the footwork, the yada yada yada. If that's you, you may enjoy this fight. You may enjoy this fight. So that's what's going down for Shakur. Now, fight fans, you know, like I said, man, you know, in the grand scheme of things, man, I mean, I just, you know, this is what they be saying about Bob, man. Bob Arum. Let me turn this music down for say if it's too loud, fight fans. Sorry. Bob Arum, he can get you to a certain point in your career. But I'm gonna tell you, man, when it comes to like getting you over that hump, it's like he gets you to that certain point, and then it's like, oh well, now he's so good, but the crowds ain't keeping up with how good they are, so I can't put them in the best fights because the crowds may not buy into it. Like, dog, like, stop it, Bob. We need to understand that, dog, that there is sometimes that you got to just look beyond that, and you got to look at it that what does the matchup of two fighters do? Maybe their last two fights, like we always do with Crawford and Spence. Well, how much did Crawford sell? Well, how much did Spence sell? Yeah, they sold this. They sold that. They did all right. You know, Crawford ain't do all of that. Spence, he did all right. But when you put that shit together, that shit gonna get a blue flame. That shit gonna get a blue flame, fight fans. And Bob just never want to try it. I guess I don't know if he's been burned too many times on it, but okay, granted, Shakur Stevenson versus Joe Cordina or Shakur Stevenson versus Roger Gutierrez may not be bomb burners. And yeah, Devin Haney may not have sold the most tickets in the world or sold the most pay-per-views in this last fight, but you put Shakur and Devin in a fight together. It's going to sweep boxing. It's almost like they forgetting that YouTube running boxing right now. They don't have enough faith in the YouTubers. We run this shit. You put this matchup together, YouTube is going to devour this shit like Scooby snacks. We won't get enough of this fight. We wouldn't get enough of that matchup. Shakur versus Devin. But, you know, Devin didn't sell too well, or Shakur's last fight didn't do this. And put their asses together and see what you get. That's the problem. No one's listening to the fight fans. Everyone's looking at bottom lines and the traditional ways of, well, if this guy ain't selling and that guy ain't selling, well, why am I going to put them together? Styles make fights. Fan bases collide. Things are changing around the sport the way you have to promote. You start building towards this shit. Shakur is standing in place right now. After these monumental wins of Valdez and Herron, now he got to settle and slow his ass down and stay stagnant because Bob don't want him to move. Shakur's already well said that he's not rushing to 35, but he would go to 35 for certain fights. He's saying that he would, you know, the people want him to go this and the third. I think he did a U-turn after talking to Bob and his people. They want him to stay down at 30. But, man, 35 is what Shakur need to be. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not, if we're not talking about him going for undisputed, man, if these fights ain't big enough, then what the fuck is he doing? He's running in place. We move up one weight class, fight fans, and things get extremely, extremely interesting. Extremely interesting. Extremely interesting. Shakur says, I want Vasyl Lomachenko. Easy work politically to do. Bob, what's the problem? Why can't Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko mix it up and Shakur get winner? Do you not know what that would do to boxing? I don't care what they done in their previous. Do you know what those matchups do? Those are huge fights in the new gen. Those are huge fights. Stop being a sucker, man. These are the fights that the fans want to see. You take over boxing with this shit. Y'all keep looking at Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. What is Tank doing? What is Ryan doing? And we want Ryan. We want Tank. Make your own lane when you got all of this firepower. You got firepower. Don't hold these boys back. This is a golden. I don't know how long Devin gonna be there. We don't know. We heard publicly, fight fans, is that Haney is there for 3 fights. Well, while he is there, we need to be seeing some action. That's all I'm saying. And Bob can really do this shit. I mean, instead of Shakur running in place, you can move up, man. You can get these wonderful fights. Devin Haney got all of the belts. You and Devin Haney, yeah, y'all friends, y'all cool, which is nothing but good and great. Y'all 2 brothers can be the next fucking Earl and Bud. Y'all could be the next Earl and Bud. All we got to do is start building towards it. Give us a sign that this is what's on the horizon. Right now, we got nothing. We got Conceição. We got Devin Haney going back into possibly the Cambozo fight. And Lomachenko, well, I don't know what the hell he really doing. Like, we got all of this smoke, and then we having a stirring contest on the same side of the street, fight fans. All of this smoke. So let's see it, man. Let's get to it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it, dog. Look at all of this smoke, man. Isaac Cruz, Ryan Garcia, Vasyl Lomachenko, Devin Haney. Of course, Gervonta Davis, he over there on the island because he is the special one. He is the special one. He's the special one, so he gets special treatment. But hell, we got Tank up there. Man, we got all of these fights, all of this smoke. Shakur needs to be in this company. That's all I'm saying. Clarissa says, I'd like to see Shakur to go ahead and move up to 135. Great fights are waiting for him. I couldn't agree with you more, Clarissa. Andre says, that's why we got to start our own honorable awards that hold weight and is decided by the people and by an accurate poll. I agree with that 100%. Come from the people, because these networks and you know, sides of the street or whatever it can't be trusted. Ain't nothing unbiased about none of that shit. None of that shit. Warrior Class says, my opinion is Bob is like to hold his black fighters. Undisputed is the only thing for Shakur. And that's crazy you say that, because that's perhaps has a lot to do with it. I agree with that. Bob don't want to put 2 black fighters in there. It won't sell. It won't do this. It won't do that. Oh, Devin Haney is boring versus Shakur. It won't do that. Man, do you not get those fan bases would engage and lock horns? Certain fan bases are made to lock horns with each other. And in my case, and in my opinion, that the fan bases of Haney and the fan bases of Shakur would definitely lock horns. It'd be real reminiscent of Bud and Earl. It'd be very reminiscent of such. I think so. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. I hope we get it, man. I mean, I can only hope. And I just hope that we don't run out of time before Haney get the hell out of Dodge, because I can imagine that he over there probably walking around on eggshells. You see that they're not putting him on pound for pound list. They're not including him in no ESPY conversations. I mean, ain't no telling how long Haney gonna be over there. Haney, when the second that 3rd fight comes up, he probably pew out the door. Let me get the hell away from them. Be careful. Be careful, Devin. I don't like what I'm seeing. And like I told y'all, fight fan, the fighters that they are into the most, the ones that they want to market the most, are the names that you see. The Paterbievs of the world, the Monster Inues of the world. All of those guys, they really want to push, but you don't see Devin Haney name nowhere. That is not good. Not good at all. That means he can be a liability to a certain. He can lose and no one would care. Salute to my homie D-Lo 44 Boxing in the building. What's up, D-Lo? What's up, champion? What's up with you, man? Much love to my homie D-Lo 44 Boxing, and y'all need to go check him out. You already know. That is the voice of reason right there, and that's my main man. What's up, champion? I hope all is well, champ. I hope all is well. Napoleon Armstrong in the house. What's up, champion? What's up to my G Napoleon, man? I appreciate y'all, man. Much love to y'all, man. Much love. So, yeah, man, so we'll see how this all works out, fight fans, and let's just all hope, man, that these young boys, while everything aligns politically, and the good story about all of this, as I always say pretty much every other week, is that you got the aging supposed veteran in Vasyl Lomachenko who wants to fight the young boys, and the young boys wants to fight him. He wants to fight the young boys. Salute to Vasyl for that. And the young boys want to fight him. Why is Bob holding this shit back? What are you doing, Bob? Even if you want to start it off with Devin and Vasyl Lomachenko, let Cambozos go do something over there in Australia. I don't know. Go do something over there, man. Have a fight or two or something, you know what I'm saying? Then come on back and holler at us. But as right now, we need this right here while we can get it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's push out, fight fans. Let's push out. Let's see what else we got on the agenda, man. Let's see. Let's push out of that, man, because I don't understand what Bob is thinking about, man. Maybe he waiting for the right time. I just hope he doesn't let that sand run out of the hourglass, fight fans. All right, let's go here, man. We got this story ringing out everywhere in boxing right now, man. And more so just an update more than anything, you know, man, which I think is a very, very good update, truth be told. And that is this news that's floating around, fight fans, of Terence Crawford and his lawsuit versus Bob Arum. You know what I mean? His lawsuit versus Bob Arum basically got cool. It's going to stay in state court. Bob Arum wanted to move this lawsuit to federal court, fight fans, out in New York. And the thing is, man, Terence Crawford wants this lawsuit to stay on the state level in Nevada. First off, salute to Jake Donovan for writing a stellar article and breaking this thing down, man. Real spill, you know what I mean? Yeah, but the thing is that this lawsuit now will stay in Nevada, which is a great thing. Now, at the end of the day, fight fans, people may wonder, well, what exactly was the scheme that Bob Arum was attempting to run here? Well, the way all of this reporting is basically lashing out is that before Bob Arum can be served with the court papers, 3 days after the initial filing that Terence Crawford and his team did in court, 3 days afterwards, before Bob or Top Rank can be served with papers, Bob attempted to move the lawsuit into New York, into federal court. Why? Because when you move things to federal court, fight fans, the rules change. The degree of proof has to be much more tighter and much more, and on top of that, you can push the case out longer and longer and longer for very minute things. Basically, in a nutshell, what Bob Arum was attempting to do was push this out there to New York and basically force Terence Crawford to have to pay money to keep this thing going. You know, the oldest trick in the book, where the rich man sues the little man, and the reason he beats the little man every time because the little man can't afford the attorney fees, because the little man can't afford to keep the case going on and on and on and on. People ain't gonna like what I'm about to say right here, but that's the exact way that Tyson Fury beat UCAD. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, how Tyson Fury, who still doesn't have his UK license, might I add, the way he was able to beat UCAD in that investigation was he continuously found ways to constantly stall the case. So UCAD could not constantly afford to keep fighting Tyson Fury. They were running low on funds. And so they said, you know what, screw it. You know what, let's just end it right here. And not to mention Tyson Fury, after all of that stalling, forcing UCAD to spend all of that money, Tyson Fury then turned around in the end and threatened to sue UCAD with another lawsuit, which they were not prepared to fight. It's the oldest game in the book. And that's something that Bob Arum was looking to do to Terence Crawford. He wanted Terence Crawford, that lawsuit, to go out to New York, where I'm sure he got a lot of buddies out there. He's a former lawyer, right? What is it? Former was it district attorney or federal or state? He was a former government attorney. And at the end of the day, we don't know what friends that Bob Arum got out there. We don't know. We know he's down with the judges. I told people this, that judge that was involved in the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury arbitration was being controlled by Bob Arum. Do y'all know that? He was being controlled. Bob Arum was keeping his finger on that lawsuit. I was telling y'all that throughout that whole time. Bob was weighing his options. He had that situation on hold, and he was weighing the options of trying to get other bags of money first. He knew what he was doing. And when the second came through that he knew that he couldn't do it, he just told that judge to go ahead and okay this damn fight. I'm telling y'all what it was. They had that man, what's his name? Weinstein? That was the judge name? Man, they had that dude in the pocket. You know how many cases that Bob Arum has been down with that judge for? Do y'all know how many? Bob Arum literally was controlling that arbitration. I'm telling y'all what it was. He was trying to get that AJ money, and when that AJ money wasn't going to happen, then he pulled the green light with that arbitration. I'm telling y'all. That's the way this shit worked with the rich and powerful, man. Bob knew exactly what he was doing. And in this case, he attempted to do something very, very similar. So let's look at this report. It says that, let's go to, let's see. It says that the unbeaten 3-division champion and pound-for-pound entrant scored a minor victory when Nevada District Court judge granted Crawford's motion to remand his lawsuit against Top Rank back to state court. The ruling was handed down Tuesday in U.S. District Court and in the District of Nevada in Clark County. So let's go down some more. This is basically a description of Terence Crawford's lawsuit against Bob Arum. And it's just something I always mention, just as a quick note. You notice when they break down these charges, for those who go over to Boxing Scene and read this article, you don't see the racial bias as an actual charge. Y'all got to remember that. The racial bias is not an actual charge. Look at all of these charges in this paragraph right here, and you won't see racial bias. You'll see negligent misrepresentation, breach of the covenant of good faith and fair dealings, torturous breach of yada 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 yada, but you're not going to see the racial. The racial bias is used to prove these charges. Because I know a lot of folks thought that Terence Crawford was suing Bob Arum for being a racist and saying he's a racial bias. No, the racial bias is the proof to prove these charges, if you will. So let's keep pushing. And so if we go down some more, now the quick breakdown, and this is very interesting right here, right? Crawford, a promotional free agent who holds the WBO title, seeks upwards of $10 million in compensation, including specific amounts of $4.5 million under the first breach of contract claim. About money owed. This is Terence Crawford being owed $4.5 million under the breach of contract claim. And the reason he's also seeking an unpaid $900,000 bonus as specified in the second breach of contract claim in reference to Top Rank's alleged failure to deliver a unification bout with Errol Spence Jr. I'm going to stop right there. I always take a pit stop right here too. Spence Nation, come holler at me. Now, y'all tell me that Terence Crawford, he never wanted to fight. He was staying over there happy to be making money. He was just happy to get his guarantee, so he went over there to fight bums. Yet, I've been telling y'all for years upon years that Terence Crawford has been putting Bob Arum in check for as far as I can freaking remember. He had Bob Arum in check to the point where you better make that damn Spence fight, and if you don't make that damn fight, you're going to have to pay me $900,000. That doesn't sound like a man who didn't want no smoke, fight fans. Who the hell does this to Bob Arum? Who the hell does this to Bob Arum? People may say, well, Mainman, this is what be killing me. Well, Mainman, well, Terence Crawford don't sell nothing. He doesn't make any money. Who can put Bob Arum under this kind of clause if he ain't making no damn money? Why would Bob sign this deal? Why would Bob make a deal like this? If Terence Crawford ain't worth A, B, C, D, riddle me that, fight fans. Fuck the guarantee shit. Fuck that 3.5 and he gets the most guaranteed money. Why would Bob even remotely sign a deal where he can be penalized for not making a fight from another network? Why? Because they wanted Terence Crawford, because they needed Terence Crawford. And Crawford had leverage to say, well, we're going to throw this shit in there too. Y'all see the smoke and mirrors, fight fans? When people run around listening to Bob Arum's talking points about Terence Crawford don't do this and he don't do that, then why would you give him everything but the kitchen sink then? Riddle me that. Well, he thought, man. He thought. Miss me with that shit. They signed Terence Crawford and extended his deal because they needed a popular and popping face to sell that weak-ass ESPN Plus app. Come on, tell me I'm lying. And for a man who no one knows, no one cares about, you show making him the lead dude the same way DAZN was making Canelo their lead dude. Because they wanted all of those subscriptions that's coming from the Mexican fan base. Oh, they wanted Crawford to lead their app. But y'all say he don't sell. Y'all say no one don't know him. But he got Bob Arum under a penalty. What the hell? Does Tyson Fury got Bob Arum under a penalty? Does Vasyl Lomachenko have Bob Arum under a penalty? I think the answer to that is no. At least that we don't know. But I got little old Terence Crawford from Omaha that no one knows, getting the biggest guarantee, leading their new app, being the face of their new app, and putting Bob Arum ass under a penalty if he don't do his damn job. Don't sound like a fighter that no one knows to me, fight fans. I don't know many fighters that can demand shit like this, especially from Bob Arum, especially a black fighter. Tell me I'm lying. Did Floyd have anything like this? Did Floyd have anything like this when he was with Bob? Did Oscar have anything like this? Did Oscar have anything like this? I just ask these questions, fight fans, but they say no one knows them. But Arum gave up everything but the damn kitchen sink, fight fans. That should just be funny to me. You know what I mean? It just don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. Let's go. Let's go down some more. See, this is what I was saying. Yeah. While the claims of racial bias were specified through the introduction and allegations common to all causes of action, none were actually listed in or officially associated with any of the 6 counts filed with Top Rank. So as you can see, like I just was explaining, fight fans, racial bias is not an actual charge. You see what I'm saying? As you can see, as they said in this little paragraph right here, man, it's not an actual. It's not one of the 6 counts filed against Top Rank. It's used to describe it. So this is what I was saying that Bob and them did. So Top Rank filed a motion to remove the case from federal court on the 15th, 3 days after the initial filing, at which point the promotion still hadn't been served. So he hadn't been served. He tried to beat the paperwork, basically. They were trying, before he could be served with those lawsuit papers from Terence Crawford in his side, he tried to get the shit moved. And they caught his little dumb ass. They caught Bob ass. Trying to be sneaky, Bob. Trying to be sneaky. The ink wasn't even dry on the paperwork before you run in to try to do some sneaky shit. And as you can see from this this paragraph, the process was deemed by Crawford's legal team as gamesmanship. They knew what the hell it was called. And they even got a name for it. They call it a snap removal. Look at that. I don't know lawyer talk. That's lawyer jargon. You know what I'm saying? But according to the lawyer talk, he was doing a move called snap removal, a practice where the defendant files to move the case before being served. You sneaky, sneaky rich promoter, you. Crawford got his ass. Got his ass. Salute to Terence Crawford, man. I always say this, man. Salute to Crawford for walking away with that world title intact, because Lord knows Bob Arum did not want that. Bob Arum has no more claims to the WBO at 147 pounds. A title that was in Top Rank stable for years, fight fans. For years. And it took Terence Crawford to rip that shit away. And now he's standing on the edge and he's like, PBC, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna keep on BSing? What y'all gonna do, PBC? Y'all got money? You don't got money? I mean, what the hell is going on? Y'all wanted me away from him. I got his ass in check. I've always had him in check. Y'all made it a problem that he was involved. Fuck it. He ain't involved no more. What we talking about? Now y'all telling me y'all ain't got no fucking money? Keep in mind also, fight fans, per the court papers, these court papers, the initial filing, which we sat here on the channel many months ago and read those pages, and that's where we found out what the exact amount of money that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence have been asking for. That's where we get that information from. Not no rumors, not no, well, I don't know, not no 25 million, not no 35 million. In a court of law, the papers that sit in there says that both fighters requested a guarantee of 10 million apiece. That's according to the papers that were filed with this lawsuit that was asked of Bob Arum. They can't lie on that shit. That's perjury, right? So you can't lie on the court of law papers. And according to the papers in the court of law, they wanted 10 million apiece, not no 20 million like people running around here talking about. Go do your homework. And you will find out that what Mainman is saying is 100% facts. Give me a second, fight fans. Give me a second. Gotta plug up my little device here. I hate when I be in the middle of a stream, man, and one of my devices clunk out on me, man. That's always the worst thing in the world. Let me see what some of the fam talking about, man. I see I got my OG Ron Boy Fresh in the house. What's up, Ron Boy? Salute to my homie Ron Boy Fresh, man. Much love to you, bruh. Hope all is well, champion. What's up with you, man? What's up with you? Let me go up some. Napoleon Armstrong says a hell of a chess match there. I think you're talking about Shakur and Stevenson. Yeah, it's gonna be a good chess match. I think so. You know, for like I say, for us diehard boxing fans who love the X's and O's, we gonna love that fight. We're gonna eat that fight up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of fundamentals to break down in the Stevenson and Shakur Stevenson fight. You know what I mean? Clarissa says Bob and ESPN wants Loma to get them belts. Yeah. Well, if that's the case, Loma got to go through one of the young boys. We just want to fight. You know, I hope they don't want to mess around and get Devin back into Australia again and make something funny happen, and next thing you know, we talking about Loma and Kambosos, because y'all already know the second that Kambosos wins, if he wins or they cheat him or if they give him a gift, whatever you want to call it, Kambosos is not turning back around to Devin. If he beats Devin and get the belts back, he gone. He's out of there. He was only 2 rounds away from a draw in that last fight. He get that belt back from Devin, they not going back towards Devin. They're going to toss Devin to the wayside, and they're going to try to put Kambosos in there with Lomachenko. We know this is exactly what they're going to do. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm with you, though. I hope they make this fight, man. I hope they make this fight. Lennar says, keep reading. Keep reading. There's more to it. That should be all we got on this, man. I mean, as far as I want to go, let's see. Yup, we pretty much covered everything, man. You know, yeah, Crawford is correct. You know, the judge agrees with Crawford. So I grant the motion and remand the case. Nice. That's all we got, bruh. Nothing, ain't no more nuggets in here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more nuggets in here. Nah, I know you be looking for every little nugget, bruh. Ain't no nuggets in here, man. You know, this is just basically a breakdown of everything, like the details. Y'all got to read the article for that. Let me see if there's any nuggets that I'm missing. Nah, that's pretty much it, bro. That's pretty much it, man. Hey, what else we talking about? Look at that. This is what it's all about at the end of the day. We know Terence Crawford was owed a fight that he never got that fight. Bob Arum never put that fight together, and so he's owed $4.5 million for Bob Arum not giving him a fight, which he was obligated to give Terence Crawford 2 fights per year. But y'all say that Crawford wanted to fight only bums, and y'all say Crawford don't draw and he don't sell. But how the fuck does Bob Arum got to pay him $4.5 million? Why does he owe him $4.5 million for a fight that he ain't even get? Y'all say he don't sell. What other fighter is doing this to Bob Arum? They needed Crawford. I'm going to say that one. They needed Bud. Y'all don't seem to understand that. Stop believing these promoter and these suits talking points that Terence Crawford ain't known. Let me say this one last time. You know what? Fuck all this, bro. Y'all done pissed me off now. Hold on. I want to say this with the music on mute. Damn this. Let me say this and hear me clear. Terence Crawford is the hottest name in boxing. All of you doubters and who he beat and who he sold, as of present moment, June 29th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Terence Crawford is the hottest name in boxing. And that ain't nothing but facts. To all of you sellers out there, who's a hotter name? Give me a name. Give me a name. Who's hotter? Hell, even Canelo got name. If you put him in the title, you got to throw Crawford's name in there now. Who's hotter? Who's hotter? You can't go a day without seeing the man name plastered everywhere. Y'all know we read boxing news on a daily. I know y'all do, just like me. And you see the man name every single day. He is the hottest name in boxing. Stop disrespecting the hottest name in boxing. The haters can't stop talking about him. His fans can't stop talking about him. The boxing news can't stop talking about him. When they can't get enough traction, if people ain't clicking the articles or the videos enough, we throw Crawford's name in the mix because he is the hottest name in boxing. You tell me I'm lying. Give me a hotter name. Mainman Gervonta Davis. But y'all say nobody knows Crawford, but you putting him on the level of Gervonta Davis? But you say no one knows him. How does no one know him? How does Bob Arum give up the kitchen sink? The highest guarantee. Owed for millions of dollars. How? $900,000 bonuses and shit. How? Not one of y'all can answer that question. Well, they did that because... See, the reason that they did it, man, is because, see, they knew that Crawford was from Omaha, and they knew that in 2022 that Omaha would grow in population. Get the fuck out of here. Why? No one has that answer, but all you're going to keep telling me is how much he don't sell and how much no one knows him. But yet you can't tell me why his deal is a blockbuster deal. You don't have an answer. You know you don't have an answer. Well, man, they were just stupid, man. They were dumb for doing that shit. You don't have an answer, do you? No one answered. But you're going to tell me he don't sell. Which one is it? Which one is it, fight fans? Riddle me that. You know what I'm saying? Riddle me that. Terence Crawford, the hottest name in boxing, Sailor. Nah, you okay? With that snow, man. Hey, bro, I'm just letting you know, bro. You know he's the hottest name in boxing. You keep it 100, nah. When you go and look for your boxing talk, you hoping somebody talking about Bud. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. You hoping they talking about, oh my, you know what? This is just boring. I don't want to hear anything about goddamn Bam Bam Rigos or whoever the fuck they talking. What's going on with Crawford? Y'all need to stop faking, especially you Spence fans. You can't go a day, you can't go an hour without mentioning that man, without thinking about Terence Crawford. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all can fake it all you want. Nobody thinking about him. Nobody care about Crawford, man. You are swelling, welling like Magellan. You are swelling, welling like Magellan. What the hell, you know damn well. That's what you look for. And if you don't see it in 48 hours, you're going to be like an addict around this motherfucker, Googling anything Terence Crawford. Oh my God, I haven't seen anything about Terence Crawford in 2 days. What's going on here? I got to see what's up with Bud. Let's go to his Twitter. Let's go to his Tweeter. Let's go to his IG. Let's go to his GI. Let's go to all of that shit. Because Bud is the hottest name in boxing. You can fake. You can front. You can stunt. I don't give a damn. Because Mainman see through all of that shit. He's the hottest name in boxing. Live with it. Crawford fans, pat yourselves on the back because y'all did that all day. Music, please. Can we bring that back? Now, back to what I was saying. Where we at, man? I don't understand that, fight fans. I just don't get those points sometimes, man. It just, some of this shit never adds up to me. whenever I drill down on these Crawford talking points, they never add up to me. You know what I mean? They never do. Let's push on, fight fans. Let's push on. You know, that's funny because, matter of fact, let me mute this music. Did y'all hear that Danny Garcia interview that he did over there on Brian Custer? I'm sure y'all heard that, right? Everybody heard that because Terence Crawford's name was in the title, so I'm sure y'all heard it. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I was listening to Danny, man, and Danny said something that was extremely, extremely interesting to me, man. Very, very interesting to me. I'm going to see if we're going to play just a smidget of it. I don't want to get too much of Brian Custer's interview away. Y'all go check it out, but just to play just a couple seconds, shall we? Just a few seconds of what Danny Garcia had to say about Crawford and Spence.
Crawford, that it looks like it's going to go down in October. You fought and beat Bud Crawford, if I'm not mistaken, twice in the amateurs. How do you think that fight's going to play out?
We fought twice in the amateurs, but it was 1-1. I felt like I won both. But it was 1-1.
Okay, there you go.
But,
stand corrected. 1-1. So how do you see that fight between Errol Spence and Bud Crawford playing out?
You know, that's a great matchup. Like I said before, I feel like Spence is the bigger welterweight. He's the bigger, stronger guy. He throws a lot of punches. He's stronger. He's physically stronger. And then I feel like Crawford's the more, I would say he was probably the more talented guy, you know, probably a little more skill. And it's going to be interesting to see how Spence fights another southpaw like him. You know, I feel like Spence's, one of his big advantages is him being the big guy, being southpaw with a big jab. So he's never fought a southpaw, you know, the skill level like Crawford, even though he's right-handed. But, you know, I feel like Spence's, one of his big advantages is him being the big guy, being southpaw with a big jab. So he's never fought a southpaw, you know, the skill level like Crawford, even though he's right-handed. But
all right, let me stop right there. So what Danny said, it was something that was very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. And basically he says that he's a southpaw. He works behind the jabs. All the things that we all know about Errol Spence and we talk about when it comes to Earl. You know what I'm saying? He's big for the weight. He's a big southpaw with a stiff jab, but he's never been in there with another southpaw like Crawford, according to Danny Garcia, even though he's a right-handed fighter. And here's my deal. I noticed like Spence Nation, you know, cats like Lana and shit, you know what I'm saying? They come through and they tell me all the time, well, man, that beautiful, wonderful jab on Terence Crawford that you so always hyping up because it's a power jab, unlike anyone else at 147. Well, that beautiful jab is going to be not effective on Errol Spence Jr. if he decides to go southpaw, which I thoroughly disagree with for other reasons that I'm not going to get into until we get an announcement. But I will say this. One interesting thing about what Danny said is we all know that the reason that y'all feel as though that Errol Spence's Terence Crawford's jab is not going to be as effective is because, you know, Earl is a southpaw and he'll see it coming. And Earl, it's not going to be, because we all know that it takes an orthodox fighter and a southpaw for that jab to really kind of shine, right? And y'all saying, well, Crawford's jab is not going to be nothing, man, which I disagree with. But here's the flip side to that coin. If Crawford switches to southpaw, what does that do to Spence's jab? If Crawford switches to southpaw, what does that do to Spence's jab? Now, y'all say to me all the time, yo, man, well, who has the better jab between Crawford and Spence? And y'all say, well, Spence. So when I look at Spence's style, he does work behind the jab. He doubles it, he triples it sometimes, and then he comes and he brings his boom. It leads him to the inside. It leads him to the range he wants to get. It sets up other punches for him. That's how he operates. As for Terence Crawford, it's not necessary. It's more of a measuring thing, but not always looking to touch you. It's not imperative. He's a one-shot knockout artist. He doesn't have to always work behind the jab. Meaning that if Terence Crawford takes away the jab of Errol Spence and Earl can't set up from the southpaw position, what kind of fight are we looking at? If Earl, y'all looking at Terence Crawford, the only reason he switches is just for one reason. There's multiple reasons. This is another one. You know what I'm saying? And what if he takes Earl's jab away? Earl is not a one-shot knockout artist. Earl got to use the jab to make his way to the inside and cover the real estate to lead to other punches, right? But what if Terence Crawford take that away from being in the southpaw position, making the counter shot much more easy to deliver? I'm just saying, riddle me that. Is that beyond the realm of possibility? Is that beyond the realm of possibility? The most fundamental fighters, y'all call him fundamental. I give him credit for his fundamentals. Always have over the years. Always have. He is a fun, and he has a dynamic jab, without a doubt. It's beautiful. But what if it ain't there? What if Crawford switches to southpaw and Earl starts to realize I can't touch him with the damn thing? I can't lead up to other punches because I can't touch him with this one. What are we looking at? Is that a possibility? Can that happen? See, the thing is, I say, fight fans, y'all may say, well, it takes Terence jab away, but Terence is an orthodox fighter, which meaning that when he goes southpaw, that's just another look. But technically, he's a right-handed fighter. He's technically a right-handed fighter. The southpaw y'all may have seen in previous fight yet. It's a tool that's used when needed. But my question I have to say, okay, if he uses that tool, what does that take away from Earl? And it's Danny that made me think that way. Like, oh, I didn't think about the fact that he another southpaw. Yes, that is true. Which means certain things may be taken away from him also. The difference is that Crawford can go orthodox. It would give Spence's jab back, probably more than likely. But that's just another adjustment that Crawford can make. It would probably give Spence's jab. I wouldn't deny that. But I'm just saying, that's just one of the main reasons, one of the other areas where being ambidextrous like that, a switch hitter like that, where it benefits that fighter. That's another example. Yeah. It may take Crawford's power jab away, but it may take Earl's setup jab away. Where does he go? Where does he go if he can't set up? He's not a knockout artist. He has to grind. He needs a jab. He needs a jab. What if he don't have it? What if it ain't landing as flush as normal? Because now Crawford is in the southpaw position. So he took my damn jab away. I took his away, sure, but he damn sure took mine away too. Now what? But I'm more reliant on it. He isn't. Earl relies on that jab. Crawford doesn't. I'm just saying, what are we looking at, fight fans? That's all I'm asking. What am I looking at that point? What am I looking at? Napoleon says Bud is going to do his part. This fight will sell more than both has ever sold. It's not just Earl. That's a fact, Jack. That's a fact, Jack. It take them both. I believe that both of them together is what makes the magic. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Candy Slim 501 in the house. What's up, Candy Slim? Danny had his chance to fight Bud for over $3 million, and instead he fought Adrian Granados for less than $1 million. Duck season all day. Danny is the biggest duck. The biggest duck. The biggest. This is the man that got history with Terence Crawford. 1-1 in the amateurs. Crawford beat him, he beat Crawford. But they became pros. Danny ran for the hills and never looked back, or else he was going to turn into salt. And never look back. He can talk about Crawford. He can give you the best breakdowns in the world, now can he? He can sit over there on Brian Custer's show and give you all of the feedback you want about Terence Crawford. But when you ask him will you fight him, he's going to start, well, you know what? I'm going to 154, and I got this, and I got that. It's going to be a bunch of hubba shit. I'm sick of hearing the hubba shit from Danny when it comes to Terence Crawford. I never understood that. And Danny is going to regret it when he retires. I'm telling you. When he's 55, 60 years old, he's going to look at himself in the mirror and say, yeah, I did good in my career and I did well, but damn, I really wish I would have got that Crawford fight. I'm telling y'all, because there were no bigger rivals in boxing. Before there was a Keith, before there was a Earl, it was Danny and Bud. I'm telling y'all, that's one of the biggest regrets that Danny's going. And Danny had more than enough opportunity to make that fight. He got offered the biggest payday of his career at that point to try to face Terence Crawford, and he didn't even want to entertain it. Sad. Hey, La D, sisters in the house. La, what's up with you? What's up with you? I ain't see you. What's up, La D? What's up with you, sis? I hope all is well with La D. What's up with you? Bud is just too good. They saw Ugas practically just stand there, so they're led astray about this Bud fight. That's big facts. That's big facts. That's why I wanted to make it a serious point to say Ugas ain't Bud. Ugas ain't Bud. Period. I'm talking night and day. We're talking layers. We're talking night and day. He ain't Bud. So I just wonder what happens though when Earl gets one of his advantages taken away from him to that effect. And that's something that Danny was kind of hinting at in his comment. Like, you know, he's always had a certain kind of advantage. I mean, Crawford is the guy that can take those advantages away. But all in all, what Danny is saying is just like what everyone else is saying. And everyone is, believe it or not, as much talking as we do and break down the fight, it all comes down to one point with everyone. And that is whichever, because both of these men got a lot of strengths. Whichever fighter is fighting the best to their strengths that night is going to be the guy that wins. Because either man can capitalize off either man. And whoever is coming to the fight that night feeling the best, it's just their night. The stars are aligned. The moon is aligned just right. It's their night. They had a good night's sleep that night. And they had a great week. The molecules in their body are lined up a little different that night. Whoever comes out that night, their night, is going to win that night. I'm going to say that one more time. Whoever come out that night, their night, was going to win that night. Damn. Put that shit on the wall or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? God damn. I'm just saying, fight fans. I'm just saying. Jamal Wright. What's up, Jamal? Napoleon. He says, oh, y'all going back and forth? Okay. Y'all know I don't get into that. I'm going to keep pushing. Oh, y'all, okay. Man, let's cook. Drop it, says Lana. You know I'm on this joint, Lana. You know when I'm on here, man, I ain't on the link joint. I ain't on the StreamYard, bro. I'm on the one that you can do the phone call. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to the one we do the links. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to get a panel going, man. It's been a long time since we did a panel. I want to invite the fam to the next stream, man. Let's do a panel style. Everybody pull up. You know what I'm saying? Come on through and chill on the panel with the homie. You know what I mean? We'll do that on the next one. Real spill. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is. They sleeping on him. This disgusting behavior, says Napoleon. I agree. Bud got this combo that he throws at times, and he likes throwing the 2-1 instead of the 1-2. Yeah, because that jab, that 2-1, that 1 is the power hand. It's the disguise. Throw off rhythm, throw off timing. Oh man, take away the jab. Oh man. Y'all, I don't see it coming. I'm trying to see some contrary arguments here, man. Can't a Spence fan in the world defend all of the crap? And I like the young bull. We all like Spence. You see, that's the thing. People need to understand, man. Like, nobody ain't got nothing against Earl Spence, man. And especially Mainman Mademan, you know what I mean? And I got the archives to prove it. If y'all haven't been checking them out, I've been sharing a lot of the old Earl and Crawford vids that I did, because eventually when this is over, it's over, fight fans. And we've did a lot of coverage. So I've been posting some of my older videos on the community page about Crawford and Spence, like their post-fight reviews and stuff, to give everybody a kind of understanding and a mindset of where we were during that time. Because a lot of new fans are entering into the sport. They're looking back and they're seeing names and they're not realizing where we were at the time. Who was good, who wasn't. Who was running, because the names that are running boxing today was not running them yesteryear. And y'all think, oh, he beat him. Go back to that time and you tell me who that fighter was. And that's why I started to post some of the older videos to remind folks that's running around, because I haven't done the Crawford resume talk in a while, which I can easily do. Shred all arguments, easy work. But I need to remind people, remember who these dudes were at the time. Until I started posting some of those, you know what I'm saying? Ugas don't even move his head. Just big and even way more basic than Earl. Facts. Not only does he not move his head, but he ain't giving out no output. And he's too reactionary. Way too reactionary. Giving out some output. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I see the phone ringing. I see the phone ringing. I see you call. We're going to get a couple calls in, man. Let me see what the fam talking about. Hold on. Let me get over there to the phone line. I hear it ringing. Oh, that is Lana. Hold on, Lana. Let me get you set up. I know you got a whole lot to say from everything that we just kind of ran through. So let me get you set up proper, fam. Hold on 1 second. Let's get Lana. Lana gonna have some heat for me. And Lana, you know, since I'm suffering from a little minor delay with the phone. Oh, look like did he hang up? I was about to let you know. Call me back, Lana. Call me back. I don't know. I must ain't catch you in time. Call me back, bro. I will sit here and wait for Lana to come on back through, man. But yeah, when this is to anyone that calls in, and let me post the number on the screen for those who want to call in. But to anyone that wants to call in, the way I'm gonna do these phone calls is I'm gonna let y'all rock. So I know a lot of y'all might be wondering, well, yo, man, shut him down, man. Tell him not to do this. The phone lines are for the people to rock out. You get me? It's not for me to. I'm going to push back on some of y'all. Y'all already know that. You know what I'm saying? But the phone lines are basically for y'all to rock out. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, man. Lana, I hear you there, bro. Hold on 1 second. Let me get you set up properly and get your volumes and all that stuff all ready to go. So you good to go. Lana, you hear me, man?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, crystal, fam. I hear you, crystal, bro. So go ahead, man. I'm like I just told everybody, okay, bro. Since we got a slight delay, I'm just gonna fall back and I'm gonna let you say your thing. When I hear long pause is when I'm gonna come in at that point. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm gonna let you rock and I'm gonna let the people hear it. And that goes for anyone that calls in. I'm gonna let the people hear it, let you rock, and I'm gonna sit back and hear what you got to say. So go ahead, Lana, take it away.
All right, thank you. Listen, man, if you don't stop cooking in your apron for Bud and his fan base and bringing it to the table, because that's what it looks like. Well, that's what it sounds like you're doing. Now, check this out. Now, your original point in your stream, you're cooking, man. You're cooking with the Tyson Fury thing. You're cooking with the Crawford lawsuit. I'll give you that. But this last 10 minutes, man, you off your rocker, man. You need to get back on your medication, man. What's going on, baby?
I had a feeling you'd have a problem with that part. You know what I'm saying?
You know, when you was cooking, I'm like, this guy has his apron on. You know how you see those little cartoon shows when the mom brings the pie to the table in her apron.
Hey, man, hey, I was cooking with the grease. Hey, I was cooking with the grease, bro. Let me tell you though, but you can't deny what I've been saying though, bro, about that Southpaw shit, man. We gonna take that shit away from Earl. What say you?
Yeah, as soon as you said hottest name in boxing, I just had to laugh.
He's not.
That was a whole bunch of BS, and you was cooking good too. You was cooking very. Listen, how can Terence Crawford be the hottest name in boxing when your title, his first title in your video right now is Earl Spence?
That's just today's news. I'm not doing it for clicks.
Really be that.
I'm not doing it for clip. I'm doing it for because this is today's news, and this is something that Danny came out and spoke about the advantage of Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? But go back and look at my last, I'm sure, a few titles, and you'll see Terence Crawford's name well in there. You know what I'm saying?
How could, and remember I told you, and somebody agreed with me. Like I said, I won't bring it up. I know that gets you guys moist, but that him riding Earl Spence coattails, that's how you got hot. I'm just saying. No disrespect, because I can prove my point, and I get off of it. As soon as Earl Spence fought Mikey Garcia, he started to become a pay-per-view draw. And what did Bob Arum do? Run to fight Amir Khan and couldn't sell. So I'm just saying, with or without Bud, Earl would have been hot. Could we say the same for Bud? I'm not sure. Now, like I will agree with you. They need each other. They both need each other because they're both talked about, both hot. This is a mega fight. This is a super fight. But as far as who's hotter, bro, the hottest name in boxing is Errol Spence. At least more than Terence Crawford.
Okay, so let me say this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then, Lana. Let me ask you this. Okay, you say that his name, he rode Earl's coattails, allegedly. That bullshit you be saying, you know. So let me say, so when Crawford signed his deal for the big guarantee, what was that back in, like, the initial one was in like 2017, I think it was. So that was before the Earl, that was before him.
18, wasn't it?
That was the extension. Yeah, okay, yeah, the extension happened in 2018. So my point is, was 4 years ago, right? That was 4 years ago. So you tell his name wasn't hot riding Earl coattails at that time, was it? And he still got that big blockbuster deal.
No. Oh, okay. Let me. Who would be doing better popularity wise without each other? They said one of them didn't exist. They said Earl Spence didn't exist, and they didn't have this mega fight publicity going on, right? They say Earl Spence didn't exist. You still had the other players in boxing in the welterweight division.
Whose name is hotter than Bud's, bro? Whose name is hotter than Bud Crawford's right now, bro?
No, I'm just saying that just check this thing. Just think this thing, man. Just say Earl Spence didn't exist. Do we know who Bud could have fought to get to where he's at? Do we know would they have allowed Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman and Sean Porter to fight him earlier and stuff, and he could get that publicity and those wins? Would they have allowed that? Now we know can we be fair? Let's be objective. We know Earl Spence already fought those guys other than Keith Thurman. And he almost had the Manny Pacquiao fight, but what happened? He got an eye injury. So we know that Earl would have players. But could we say this necessarily the same for Crawford? And just be honest with me. No shade, no hate. But could we say the same for Crawford?
Yes, we can. I believe we can. Yes, 100%.
We have got those fights. Guaranteed.
Would he have got? Oh, you saying would he have got those? I can't say guaranteed because PBC be moving funny, bro. I can't say guaranteed, but I say he would have been in the range.
And that's my point. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't necessarily know. Now we know with Earl, he without Terence Crawford, he probably would be fighting Keith next. You know what I'm saying, or something like that, and probably moving up regardless. So we can guess that with Earl, and that's what I'm saying. This is no shade to Bud. It's just they built Earl up better with, in publicity. Not saying who's a better fighter or anything.
I disagree with that.
They built him up a little bit better because of the big names.
It took Mikey to do that, bro. It took Mikey to do that, bro. My Earl name wasn't popping like that.
No, it did. I agree with you.
Yeah, it took Mikey to do that. Earl name wasn't.
It wasn't
ringing bells like that. And this is why I got to the point where, as far as all of that past shit, I look at it like I just sum up all of that crap. Bud went and got his money. Earl went and got his money. They both got what they got the way that they got it, and now they are at the pinnacle together. And so it's like, dog, like that's why I say we can have all of the arguments in the world of what guy went what route. We know that they wasn't ready to fight each other, and we know that the suits wasn't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they went and they got their money and they got hot. And I can't be too mad at it. The past is the past. You feel me? The past is the past.
No, I'm the past is the past, and I'm not sitting here trying to be biased. And you see my voice, I'm trying to be. I'm just saying that if we just look at just like how they built Earl up compared to Crawford got built up as the number one pound for pound fighter in the running and stuff like that. But with Earl, he had a dance partner in Mikey, and then he had a barn burner of a fight with Sean Porter, and then he had these big fights that helped build his brand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and then remember he fought Kell Brook. When he went overseas, and Kell Brook is a much bigger fighter than Ricky Burns. I mean, let's just be real. So that's what I'm saying, that he kind of got built up. I'm not going to say,
hold on. Let me stop you right there, bro.
Popularity-wise.
I'm not going to say Kell Brook is a better fighter than Ricky Burns.
No. Bigger.
I can't say that either.
Bigger.
Yeah, I can say
that. Remember, because he had fought Sean Porter at bigger. I said Sean Porter and GGG. So his name was ringing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let's just be fair here.
Yeah, but Bud went overseas. He went overseas and beat Burns in his backyard. I mean, same old thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, they both came up how they came.
No. I'm just saying.
They both came, but see, my thing is with you,
sure,
Lana.
for sure.
My thing is with you is I've never accused Earl Spence of not being known or some sort of way, popping or popular. The problem is that the Spence fans accuse Crawford of not being this and not being that, and who he fought, he can't sell, and he. But then I asked the question of why did Bob Arum and ESPN give him everything but the kitchen sink if he was a nobody?
And let's address that. Listen, you can Nick. This is all on public record, bro. Bob Arum said I lost every fight. Lost money on every fight with him. When he signed that extension.
So did he say that before? Did he say that before or after the lawsuit?
Money Bob Arum was getting. This is before the lawsuit.
He said that after the lawsuit, bro.
Remember,
he said that after.
That video?
He said that after the
lawsuit.
lawsuit.
No. He said it before the lawsuit, man.
When he was losing money in Beverly Hills, he could build a house in Beverly Hills.
I'm not lying to you.
You talking about when he said he could build a house in Beverly Hills?
Yes. And I think it might have been one more interview.
That was after the lawsuit.
Yes, and I think it might have been one more interview too. He might have said it.
Well, unless you talking about other than the Beverly Hills.
I'm trying to tell you, it's before.
Well, I'm about to say other than the Beverly Hills one. Because the Beverly Hills one came out after the one that everybody was running with, that came out after the lawsuit. He was disgruntled. He was salty. He was mad. Like he just recently said, I don't know where his head is at. So I don't know how good he'll beat Spence. He's salty. His word is no good.
That came out after the lawsuit. But I'm talking about before. He's on a record or two before the lawsuit saying he lost money in every fight. That's before. I'm not lying to you. If I can find it, I'll send it to you. But he has been on record of stating that, and this is.
Do you believe him? Do you believe him? Is the question?
Again, he is my. Yeah. Let's just say, believe what I'm saying is true. Why would Bob Arum come out and lie about that? Do you think? Come on, he's 90-something years old. This man, you know how Bob Arum is. He's very straightforward, and why would he lie about that?
Because he's always had a problem. He's always had a problem with giving Bud that guarantee, but he had to give it to him because he needed Bud.
Thank you. And
hold on. First off, you said Bob was losing money. Bud's money wasn't coming from Bob. Mm-hmm. Bud's money was coming out of the budget of ESPN Plus. So Bob ain't losing shit. Once again, Bud's guarantee is guaranteed by ESPN.
That's not true.
It's not.
That's not true.
Okay, well, look into yourself, bro.
Not true.
Look into yourself. His money comes out. The way that top rank, Mainman, the way that top, and Bob's on public record of stating this. The way that top rank works is it comes out of the top ranked budget. Not Terence Crawford. Not Terence Crawford. Not Terence Crawford, bro. Not Terence Crawford. What do you think the fighters' purses come from, Bob or the network?
Bob.
It comes from the network.
Bob said it himself.
Bob gets a budget from the network in which he uses to pay the purses of the fighters. Bud's guarantee is $3.5 million.
I don't know, but no.
You may not know. Well, let me tell you what I know. Let me tell you what I know. Bud's guarantee of $3.5 million comes out of the ESPN Plus app's budget. Bob has two budgets, one on ESPN Plus and one on ESPN the network. Bud's money comes from ESPN. When he fought Sean Porter, he fought him where? On ESPN Plus. That's where that load of money came from.
Yes.
That's where that money comes from, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Bud was in charge. Bud got the highest guarantee to lead that app, to push that app out there. That's why his money comes from that.
And this is what I know. That the money that they get per year is for promoting. So promoting other events. Now, maybe used to help pay a purse.
Negative.
But most of that money that Bob Arum uses that for, he uses it for promoting on the network, promoting these things.
No,
when
that's
the actual
not
person
true.
itself is coming out of top rank.
That's not true, fam. I'm being honest with you. That's not true. Bob doesn't. What? Bob gets the gate. So when he say he's losing money, he's talking about gates and pay-per-view. He's talking about gates. And Bud's gates does well. Bud may not be the top pay-per-view seller, but his gates does very well. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to pay-per-view, ESPN is recouping half of that money. Huh? He did very well. You look him up. I don't know the exact figures. I don't know the exact figures, but they did. And not to mention his viewership on ESPN is like the best over there amongst all of those fighters.
His viewership. true, and I give you that. His viewership numbers are pretty decent, when compared to them. That's his other ESPN guys. But other than that, when it comes to his ticket sales and his asses and seats, it could be better. I'm not gonna say it's bad.
First of all, his ticket sales are fine. His ticket sales are fine. The only knock that comes on Terence Crawford's drawing power is his pay-per-view sales. And that's basically because he never had the proper dance partner. He's never gotten a little mic. He's never. It took Earl to fight a 35-pounder to get hot on pay-per-view, bro. Crawford didn't have that. Sorry.
I mean, and Mainman, you know what? And there's some credence to that. I'm not gonna sit there and lie to you about it. There's some credence to that. That's why Earl got where he was at. That's one of the reasons. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. He fought the names that he fought. It wasn't just strictly off of Earl. No, I mean, he has a big fan base in America, in Texas, sure. But it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It was the way they built him up. You know what I'm saying? There's some credence to that. I'm not going to sit here and lie.
I think the problem...
Mikey and Kell Brook and fighting those guys.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, a lot of those fights, truth be told, bro, a lot of them fights shouldn't have been on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. They had no one to match him.
And you know what? From a competitive standpoint, you're right. I mean, Mikey had no business going in there and fighting Earl. But from a black versus Mexican, from a Texas showdown, from a Hispanic and black fan base, from Earl on a come up with his state holding him down, and Mikey, it just sold. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
But look what limps. Look what limps he had to go through to get hot.
Earl went up to fight.
Look what limps. He had to fight a 35-pounder.
And I'm saying, you can call it for what you want to call it, but I mean, Terence Crawford is number one pound for pound and is still struggling with his name. I mean, no disrespect.
Still struggling with his name? How? How is he still struggling with his name and he got the biggest fight in boxing?
Well, keeping up. I mean, when you just look at the two, I mean, there's a clear difference.
So Earl has made more. So Earl has made more money than Terence Crawford.
So it's the same thing.
So hold on. Earl has made more money than Terence Crawford.
Right. When it comes to that, I cannot say. Now,
from what we know publicly, the answer is no.
Argument saying Crawford's made money. Okay, yeah. The answer is no. He has not made as much money as Terence.
So has he won more? Has he won more belts than Terence?
Money doesn't mean you're a bigger star.
So what? So let me make sure I got this straight. Crawford has made more money. He's won more belts. He's gained more divisions, and he's already walking into the Hall of Fame. Remind me again, what the hell is he jealous or any sort of envious towards Earl or anything like that, or anyone over there for that matter? What reason? Give me one.
Okay, let me say it to you like this. Who's a bigger name, Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather?
What the hell?
Prime.
What the hell is
Who's
that?
A bigger name?
Mike Tyson or Floyd?
No. Just answer the question. Who has a bigger name to it? I'm just saying. Who's the bigger name?
They both are big names, bro. They both like on the same damn. Floyd is known just as much as Tyson is known. They both known. I don't know. It's hard to say to measure that. They both top names.
Let's be real. Let's be real. And I would say Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a heavyweight, and Mike Tyson. Everybody's heard that name, Mike Tyson. He had a reputation. So who made more money? And Floyd's very popular himself, but who made more money in their career? It's Floyd, bro.
Floyd.
And
okay.
It's not. And that doesn't mean any. Not you keep naming accomplishments. You keep naming three division champion. That's cute. That's a whole nother argument for how.
That's cute. That's every fucking thing. That's everything. That's not more than cute. That's everything.
No, but Mainman. But listen, you're not listening. We're not talking about accomplishments. We're talking about who's just a bigger name. If we're sticking to that.
No.
That has nothing to do
but see, Leonard, that's where you. But Leonard, that's where you get me crossed. I'm not saying that Spence is not a big name. I'm saying y'all not gonna say that Crawford is not a big name. I never downed Spence's name. I never said that he won. I know he got a state the size of a country.
Said that.
But I'm saying that Crawford's name is popping and is the hottest name today, right now in boxing. It is.
No, that's why, and And I agree with you. Crawford is a big name, but when you say stuff like he's the hottest name,
He
and the
is.
biggest name compared to Earl Spence, no, that's not true.
All right, I hear you.
I got to stop you there.
I disagree.
You got to pump your brakes, man.
All I do know is he's the.
I can say
I
he's a big
hear
name,
I hear
when you
criticism.
say he's a hotter name.
Well, we gonna disagree on that, bro. I say that Bud Crawford is the hottest name in boxing right now. You know what I'm saying?
But
Period.
there's a difference though, man. I can listen. We can move on, but we can disagree. But I got facts to prove mine. You don't. I got facts. I can big up the receipt.
Bro, everything I dig up, you just gonna shoot it down.
And this is the key thing that Bud fans love to do. No, I'm not going to shoot it down because what did I say? When it comes to popularity, it's Earl. But when it comes to accomplishment and who's higher in the pound for pound list, it's Crawford.
Bro, that doesn't even. I don't even know what that means, bro.
And say,
I don't know what that means. I'm telling you that Crawford is the most right now. He's the most polarizing name in boxing. He's the most polarizing name in boxing.
That's not true.
If Crawford come out with the wrong or right tweet right now, everybody you're gonna see 1,000 fucking videos about it, bro. You living in la la land and you closing your eyes and your ears and you trying to act like Terence Crawford ain't the hottest name out here, bro.
No, he is not, bro. He is not compared to Earl, man. Like listen, he's not the bigger name. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something just to prove my point. Earl flipped his Ferrari and almost killed himself. Granted, it was his fault, but he flipped his Ferrari and almost killed himself. And what did you see in the comment section? Oh, he'd do anything to duck Bud. Oh, he deserves to die. I hope he dies.
Man, anybody who says some dumbass
Crawford would receive the same thing,
bro.
But Mainman, I'm just trying to say to you, bro. Like, let's just be real here.
I don't know
Earl, and the reason why, and this is no shade. If the things were reversed, then I could say it's Terence Crawford. But let's be real. Earl is part of the PBC. It doesn't matter. Every other race is not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And I don't want to make it a race thing, but it's the truth, and you know it. When you're part of the PBC, the black, white, Mexican, Asian, they all go against you. If you're a black fighter and you're successful in the PBC, bro, and it is what it is. Crawford would be more hated if he was part of the PBC. But they'll pick Crawford before they pick Earl. Why? Because it's the PBC.
Was not Crawford called a slave? And was not Crawford called top-ranked Toby? Was not Crawford called all these names in the world, dragged through the mud by his own people, dragged through the damn mud? And you telling me how much hate Earl Spence get?
But Mainman,
are you serious?
Mainman, I'll give you that. Mainman, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But who is it by? The Earl Spence black fan
Fuck
base.
yeah.
Is it even by other races? No, it's not. No, it's not.
Bro,
I've never seen somebody else say, "Oh, top-ranked Toby," if it wasn't a Spence fan.
Bro, all I know is I've seen it. So the point I'm making to you, bro, is that you saying it like Earl is being hated by the masses because he over there with PBC. When I see Earl getting the best defense in boxing from his multitude of fans, he gets the best defenses in boxing. He don't have to fight Crawford. He can fight Mikey. Everybody look away. He can say, what is he doing here? Everybody look away. Terence Crawford can come to his fight. Everybody look away. He has gotten more passes than anybody, bro. And you talking about something he the most hated? Bro, Terence Crawford
you prove my point. You know why? Because you said that and you prove my point. And you prove my point. And let me tell you why you prove my point. The same fan base that protects him and holds him down is, you know, when you get exact opposites, what's the difference being polarized? You have each other. Yes, he gets support, and I've said this. He might have a very strong fan base, but with that, what comes with that is people on the other side who hate his guts, especially when you throw in PBC in the mix. And so you gotta look, man.
I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say
that. I'm not
saying. I see Spence getting a lot of love, bro. He get a lot of love, bro.
What happened with? And listen, what happened when Earl came on the scene, bro? Oh, he's beating Mayweather in sparring. Oh, he was touted as the next kind of Mayweather, beating him in sparring and stuff, and the next PBC Golden Boy. That is gonna come the way he built up, and you gotta understand. Look at the fan bases he beat. He beat the Mexican fan base, no disrespect, and Mikey Garcia. when you do stuff like that, you have a target on your back. Man, I'm bringing up so many different examples and facts for you to understand.
This has been one of the most beloved
is a
fighters.
fighter himself.
Bruh.
But, bro, when it comes to hate versus hate, it's Earl, baby.
Y'all playing victim mentality shit here, bro. Like, this dude has been beloved. Like, even after the car accident, man, like, it was celebrated when he came back to boxing and shit, man. Like, y'all faking with the victim shit. And the only reason that y'all even doing this is because all of the greats in the Hall of Fames are speaking up on Terence Crawford. And so now y'all think that the whole world is dumping on Earl Spence's head. You know what I mean? When he's been beloved and got all of this support. Man, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't buying none of that shit, bro. You know what I mean? My man been persecuted.
Sugar, I know it blows your mind, but in the great words of Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray, why are you picking Mikey to beat Earl? Because he's Mikey.
Hey, look, look. Let's take it inside the ring real quick.
No, this is called state of state.
I gotta ask you this.
Okay, but
I gotta ask you this, bro. I gotta ask, because you were one of the main ones who has came at my neck about Crawford's jab. All right, you've been one of the main ones that say, man, that Crawford's jab is not going to be that effective because if he switches to southpaw, it's not going to be effective against Earl. Right? Is that not what you told me?
No.
Okay.
Close, but not necessarily. I said it may not be effective. His offense may not be effective if he switches to southpaw. Not the jab itself, but just his offense in general.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, man. There you go with the plan with the words, Lena. But all right. You know damn well that you spoke on that damn jab, bro. You know what I'm saying? But all right. But we're going to say this. Let me ask you this.
No, I mean, I might have brought it up. But
right.
I mean, the overall, as the offense, that's how I feel. Go ahead.
So let me ask you, what happens to Earl Spence's jab when they're both southpaw? Is Earl's jab going to be effective and to lead to his other punches? Because he likes to lead off with the jab, then bring out the other punch. So could Terence Crawford take Earl's jab away if he switches to southpaw? And where does that leave Earl Spence?
Okay. Now, let me put on my unbiased cap, which I love to do. So, there is a possibility that if Terence Crawford switches to southpaw, he could take away Earl Spence's jab. But there's also a possibility that if Terence Crawford switches to southpaw, he will not have an advantage getting a different look if he switches from orthodox to southpaw. Why? Because he's facing a natural southpaw. It's also a possibility that if Terence Crawford stays in the orthodox, he may or may not have success because Earl's used to fighting orthodox. So we really will not know until they get in the ring. Now, me personally, if you were to ask me, do I think that it would have an effect if Terence Crawford switches? I say no. And the reason why I say no is because we saw Terence Crawford switch against Sean Porter, and when he switched against who was a high-level opponent, and then when he switched against Sean Porter, he had a little bit more success, but it wasn't a drastic success like when he switched against Kell Brook. When he switched against Kell Brook, he completely took away his jab, and you could tell that it just changed the momentum, shifted from the fight as soon as he did that. Whenever a fighter is facing another high-level fighter, if you switch, it may not have an effect because the other fighter is used to has experience, and he's a high-level fighter, so it won't really work, or won't really work. So we saw, for example, when Marvin Hagler, when he was fighting against Sugar Ray. Now he had more success, I believe, in his southpaw stance. I think when he was in southpaw, because in the beginning he was orthodox and he gave up too many rounds. But it wasn't some dramatic shift to the point where he just took away Sugar Ray's tools. So with that being said, I don't think it will, but you do have a point when you say Earl Spence sets everything up from his jab. He does. He sets all his other comes from his jab. So again, like I said, we won't really know until they get in the ring. But I would say no, just based off of what I know about boxing.
So even though you just said
southpaw, I don't think so.
So even though you just said that Earl has to set up things off the jab, you don't think if it gets taken away, if it's not landing, if it's not leading to other things, if it's not touching Crawford, You don't think that Earl Spence is going to have to force some sort of adjustment because he's not a knockout artist where he can just go in there with one good check hook and drop bud or something like that. He got to grind you down, but he needs the jab. True. If he can't get it started True. Without the jab, you don't think he's going to run out of ideas?
Oh, okay. That's a different question. I thought you said, can he take away his jab? It's possible, but it's also possible he won't be able to. We won't know. Now, let's assume that Terence Crawford takes away Earl's jab, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a big tool for Earl, but that's taken away, and I give you that. But one thing about Earl is that we can agree is that Earl works best on the inside, right? So if let's say that he did take away his jab, because remember, Shawn Porter took away Earl's jab for all that fight too. Shawn Porter was fast, he was twitchy, he was using awkward movement, he was using angles on Earl. So what did Earl have to do? He just basically put his head forward and he rushed in, basically, and just outballed him. So, again, if he takes away Earl's jab, luckily for Earl, he's a pretty high-level, or he is a high-level inside artist. So I do think that
he got to use the jab to get there. He got to use the jab to get to the inside.
But with that being said, he didn't really use too much of the jab getting in there. Well, he did at times, let me not lie. But there's also times where he just did not use the jab against Shawn Porter and got in. So just not act like he used the jab the whole time.
But Shawn Porter played right into his hands, was coming to him and, played right into his hands. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, you got a good point. Yes, but Mainman, let's be fair. If we're going to state that, let's also state how Terence Crawford, and you've said this before, that sometimes in a fight, he makes stuff harder than it has to be because he wants to bite down on his mouthpiece and fight.
Right.
Remember, Terence Crawford in an interview before, he said, hey, I'm going to stand right in front of him. Let's see what he's about. Come on. We can't ignore that fact.
We'll see.
So will Earl have to set up the jab? Let's address that point.
First off, I don't believe what Terence Crawford is saying. He's just saying that just to say that, hype the fight or whatever. We'll see what game plan that he executes once he's inside the ring. I do believe that Earl got to set up off the jab. All of that stuff, that wonderful stuff that you like to see him do on the inside and everywhere else, always comes behind the jab. And he has to touch you. He got to know where you at. He got to measure you. He wants that jab to land or at the very least touch you. But if it ain't working and he can't set up, I just hope he doesn't have a malfunction in the ring and start going on that back foot and trying to outbox. But we'll see. Hey, but look, Lana. Hey, look, I got some of the fam that say that they want to call in, bro. Let's give some of the fam a chance to call in and address this also.
Okay, no problem. But before you let me off, did I make a argument saying that for my boy Earl? Did I make an argument that again I made a possibility that this fight can go in numerous ways? That it's not okay if he does take away his jab, due to Terence Crawford's ability to just get mad and fight, Earl can get in on the inside.
I don't. So you saying that basically he gonna do a Shawn Porter and be playing into Earl's hands, if you will, like going after Earl?
No, I'm not saying. What I'm saying is basically because you see my possibilities playing out. Did I make a good enough argument where you say, okay, it's possible. I'm not sure how this fight is going to go, but you have your possibilities can definitely happen. Just like I said, your possibilities could definitely happen.
You made an argument.
Okay, I want. All right. Thank you, man. Let me get up out of here. I thought I never could hear that.
Yeah, you made. I don't know if I agree, but I just say you made an argument. But appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up soon, bro. Come on the panel on the next one, man.
All right. Have a good one.
Much love, bro. Hey, man, that was Lana, man. Always coming through with interesting points. Y'all know, man. Salute to my homie Napoleon Armstrong. Says, Lana, phone check, homie. Phone check. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Lana always come. He tries to figure it out. Sometimes he got to do it on the fly. And it ain't easy sometimes because Mainman come with some real side questions in. You better be on your game. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm definitely going to ask that question. We got our next caller calling on in, man. 706, you rocking out with Mainman. Who this?
It's D-Lo. What's going on, baby?
D-Lo, what's up, champ? What's up, man? Man, what you been listening to that crazy Lenard talking about, man?
Hey, I didn't expect nothing different.
Hello? He must have got a call.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
All right, there you
My
go.
bad. Yeah, I got a call tried to come through. My bad. But no, I was gonna say I wouldn't expect anything different from Lenore. You know what I'm saying? He gonna stand his ground. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make his argument. If it fall apart, he got another one backing that one up. If that one start to look shaky, he got another one warming up in the dugout to back that one up. That's all good. That's all right.
Hey, D-Lo, man. So can you hop on this point that we was just talking? Can you hop on this point that me and Lenard was just talking about? Far as is it possible if Terence Crawford goes southpaw of taking away the jab of Earl? I'm gonna sit back and fall back.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, really, in all honesty, even from an orthodox stance, the southpaw is supposed to have a hard time landing his jab. But for some reason, that's not the case for Errol Spence in a lot of cases. I mean, you think about Paul Williams. That wasn't the case for him in a lot of cases. Because it's the same thing as a righty having a hard time landing the jab against the southpaw because of their stances. But, you know what I'm saying, you got some guys that are just very special with how they deliver the jab and the trajectory of it, the pace of it, the rhythm and timing of it, that they're able to get it in. But I look at it like, based on what I've seen in both fighters, I don't see Errol just being able to just consistently just pump out his jab and just touch Crawford all night until he falls apart like, you know, some of these other guys. And I know that, you know, that's not all he does. He's going to also come behind it with something. He's going to hook off the jab. He's going to probably lead with some hooks every once in a while. There's a lot of things that Errol can do. There's a lot of things Crawford can do. To me, I think it's a matter of adjustments, right? If you got, just say both guys come out and they have a game plan, and, you know, just say Errol just come out pumping the jab, throwing the 1-2 every once in a while, pump the jab, and Crawford is able to, you know what I'm saying, start to take the jab away, is landing less and less, and he's countering the jab, then Errol's going to make an adjustment, and then Crawford should make an adjustment off of that adjustment. But if you ask me, if it come down to a game of adjustments or a match of adjustments, who can go deeper in the bag when it comes to adjustments, to me, I have to lean toward Crawford.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You saying something?
No, I was just saying, good question. I agree with that. Who can go deep into that bag? Got more layers to it. I agree.
Right, and I understand. You know, people gonna say, "Well, Errol Spence has done this, he's done that." Yeah, I've seen him do this, I've seen him do that. But my thing, I always say about people, you are to your core what you are the most, and to his core, and what Errol Spence does the most is what we see 90% of the time when he fights. Now, even if he has layers and layers of depth that he hasn't had to use. Mm-hmm. But if he has to use it all of a sudden and he hadn't had to use it in actual real fights in a long time, I still have to favor the guy that I've seen show me more layers and levels on a more consistent basis.
I agree with that. And I think from moving to counter punching, the whole nine, he got just, to me, I've seen more layers to his game.
I'm gonna say something, man, that I was gonna save for my fight breakdown, and I'll get a lot more in depth into it if they make the fight. Mm-hmm. But to me, it's pretty simple. Now, of course, it's boxing, theater of the unexpected. There are so many possible outcomes that can happen in this fight. I mean, either guy could get stopped early, either guy could get stopped late, either it could go the distance and be going favored either way. It could be a draw, DQ, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that you can say that for many fights, but you can't say it for fights that you know are one-sided. But when you got a fight that's evenly matched with these guys, I feel like everything's on the table. Right. But one thing I'll say, that when I look at Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, the thing that's always, to me, made me favor Terence Crawford over Errol Spence Jr., once I felt like he got acclimated to the division, because I used to have Spence winning. But once I saw Crawford get acclimated to the division, the one thing I always saw that even when he was lower, that in lower weight that made me say he was a better fighter and that he could do more, and that if you know the reason I felt like he was pound for pound number one, or a top pound for pound fighter, is if you look at the two guys, to me, Errol Spence Jr. is static. Terence Crawford is dynamic.
Yeah.
That to me, if you take just about anything and you put static up against dynamic, I'm gonna take dynamic.
I think I'm with you, bro.
You know, to me, it's hard. It's hard not to. It's hard, and you know, I know people talk about Crawford just bite down and turn into a dog fight, and it's gonna go bad for him. Who says it won't go bad for the other guy? You know what I'm saying? Or who's to say that if he turns into a dog fight and if it doesn't fare the way he thought it would, he goes back to something else. He ain't gonna just stay there if it ain't working. I mean, we see this guy try all kind of stuff in fights. We see Terence Crawford do things in fights, and you scratch your head wondering how he was able to pull it off. You know what I'm saying? So the guy has layers, and he's very dynamic. And you know, Errol Spence Jr. also is a very special fighter. Two very close to evenly matched guys. There's a reason that this fight is as big as it is, because it's a pick'em type fight. But I also feel like a lot of the bitterness and stuff that's going on lately is you got all these people, these grown-ups in their feelings because of somebody else's pick. Well, the reality is that if people have been saying Crawford is number one pound for pound,
right,
and he's fighting a guy in his division who is considered like number 3, number 2, 3 at best, and they're in the same division, wouldn't it stand reason to believe that those people would favor, if they truly believe Crawford's pound for pound number one, because most of them do, that those same people would pick him to win the fight?
It just makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, if they don't think he can beat him, if they don't think he can beat him, they should have the other guy number one pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Because pound for pound isn't just about what you've done in terms of what you won. It's also about how you perceive a person to match up against his contemporaries, especially in his own division. So, you know, to me, it only makes sense. And it's like these people, they all upset about it. Even when you're making an argument about something else, you can't help but find your way to calling it hate. and I don't understand how somebody's pick it could be perceived as hatred. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was the other way around, is it hate? I mean, there are a lot of people picking against Crawford. I don't think they're hate. I think in their minds, what they look at, they're looking at the same thing I see, but they see it differently. And their perception is telling them that Spence has the intangibles and the tangibles to beat Crawford. Whereas when I look at it, I see it the other way around. That's the way I perceive it. But I'm not hating on Errol Spence Jr. because I think Terence Crawford beats him.
Hey D-Lo, let me ask you real quick. Do you think that Crawford's hate or criticism went up another level after the legends and everybody else picked him to win the fight? You think that made it go up another level or go up another notch?
I think it made his name that much hotter. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happens, it ends up somehow making it to where it's Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Even though people say, well, they're hating on Spence, but the conversation turns to Crawford. Same thing. If you go around, like Lenore was saying about these guys, you know what I'm saying, about these who's the hottest and all that. Well, to me, I've been saying, I don't know if you remember, at one time I was calling him Buzz Crawford because I said no matter where you go, you could, no matter what's in the title, at some point the conversation turns into Terence Crawford conversation.
Facts.
Whether it's criticism, whether it's praise, or whether it's giving him his credit, whether it's trying to play matchmaker, whatever it is, the man's name, no matter who's in the title, at some point the conversation turns to Terence Crawford. It may or may not include Errol Spence Jr.
Yep.
But it's always going to be something about Crawford brought up. And it stays. Usually when Crawford comes up, what happens, man? The conversation stays on Crawford.
It stays right there. And once you go there, you stuck in it. It's like quicksand. And they're going to ride that on out, bro. His name is on fire right now. People just
– and when they put –
gotta accept that, man. His name is on fire.
Hey, and when you got a channel. You know, you can look at your analytics.
Facts.
You know, I don't know what your stuff looks like, but I can tell you that with my little stuff on my little channel, when I put Crawford's name in the title, it typically does a little better than most everybody else.
Hey, D-Lo.
Other names I put in titles.
D-Lo, you got newbies, bro. You got newbies coming on the scene, brand new, never did 10 videos, bro, doing 10 Crawford videos, getting major traction. It's the man name is on fire, bro. You know, there's sometimes I'll search Crawford. It's people I've never even seen, never talking boxing ever, but they got hella good traction because they talking about Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Another
thing, right? Eddie Hearn's out here talking about how big Canelo and Triple G is. What do you say? 5 times bigger than Spence Crawford.
Yeah, all right, funny. Where? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but who are they asking Triple G and Canelo about? They're asking them about the Spence Crawford fight.
Facts.
So you tell me which fight is bigger.
Facts. Eddie know what he doing. He kicking up dust over this with this fight because he knows how hot this fight is. You know what I'm saying? He definitely know, bro. Like, then they gonna try to whittle it down to, oh well, it's not the better fight. It's the more financial lucrative fight. Which, truth be told, I'm not even a milli on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not 100% on that. I think this fight is huge, and I think a lot of people were talking it down purposely. But nah, I can't say for sure how much. Cause plus, on top of that, Triple G and Canelo fighting at T-Mobile. So they not fighting in like no stadium or AT&T stadium or nothing like that. I mean, shit, you put Crawford and Spence in T-Mobile, it was going to do the same, if not bigger.
Hey, you know what? A prime example of what you're talking about. You remember when Wilder and Joshua they were trying to make that fight, and Eddie was trying to downplay the fight like it wasn't that big a fight.
Right.
It's all a strategy against the fighters, because if we make this fight, we don't want you to realize what you got, so that we can, especially when it comes to guarantees, we can somehow have the upper hand, so that we are the ones cashing the big checks at the end of the day, and we just breaking y'all off a little something.
Man, Eddie know deep down, bro. Look, let me say something about Eddie Hearn real quick, man. Eddie Hearn, you know, is as good as what he doing. He got AJ, he got Canelo. Those are 2 huge names in boxing. But Eddie Hearn literally only celebrates like 2 or 3 times a year. For folks running around saying he's the greatest promoter in the game, think about this. The only time Eddie is running shit is when Canelo fights, or when, and even to a certain degree, when Joshua fights, but mostly on one side of the water. You know what I'm saying? So for folks who run around saying he's the best thing ever, he only celebrates twice a year. There's no other fighters in Eddie Hearn's stable that he can run around and be all happy-go-lucky and like he doing the greatest. Who else? And if Joshua loses again, I don't know what happens with that. And Canelo ain't all the way he is. So when people say that, remember, Eddie only can come out twice a year. Out of all of the fights that happen all year long, it's only 2 or 3 that he got to look forward to, and that's between the Joshua fight, whoever he fights if it's twice, and Canelo if he fights twice. That's it. Right.
And then another thing, remember, it wasn't very long ago, Eddie and whoever does the matchmaking over there, they were putting their fighters in a lot of bad matches over. They were losing to all these unknown Hispanic fighters.
Exactly. That's why Canelo went over there. To mop the rest of them up. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly why he went over there. Oh, Eddie, you got a whole stable of UK bums? I'm going to come and wipe all of them out for $50 million apiece. You know what I'm saying? Easy work. And so that's why I say Eddie know, man. When it comes to the size and scope of Spence and Crawford, he know what it is. He don't want this to get off the ground, because it will literally and go. The day that they announce this fight, I'm telling you, man, everything else is dead, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you think about it, they need to go ahead and do it, because look at Canelo and Triple G. That fight ain't happening until September, and here we are in June. They're already doing their press tours.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? They need to go ahead and get this fight announced so they can go ahead and start doing the same thing. They don't need to sit around and have the mentality that, well, the fight's going to sell itself. You know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but it'll definitely sell a lot more if you get out there and promote it. Hell, Floyd and Pacquiao had to promote their fight.
Facts. Let me ask you this, D-Lo. I got to ask you this, man. I know, the announcement ain't came. Day after day is passing. Week after week is passing. Starting to feel a little nervous, or you still good staying the course?
Oh no, I got it on the good advisement that the fight's pretty much made. It's one hang up out there that they're trying to check into and get straightened out. But after Brian Custer said what he said, I think even that's been ironed out.
Sweet.
You know what I'm saying? After he let it, he messed around and said October. But I mean, that could have just been, it could have just been a slip up, because that's what's going around. Maybe he just said, well, he's saying it. But regardless, I think that at this point, if the fight was leaning more toward not happening than happening, we hear it from somebody credible. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it just being a bunch of sensationalized titles on YouTube.
Facts. I'm pretty, like I said, I already pretty sure it's happening. The one thing I want people to point out is, remember what Floyd said. Floyd told everybody, the date, he said October. You say, what date? Wrong. So which means that Floyd know a date, or he knows something is happening. He never said, it wasn't
Floyd knows 8 days out there.
Yeah, he know there's a date, but that may not be the date you saying. You know what I'm saying? That's Floyd. No, Floyd never shot it down. Never.
And he also said when. He didn't say if. He said when it's announced, you'll hear it from me or Fight Hype.
There it is. There it is. See, it's all about what they not saying. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to the little way. And I knew that from jump. When Floyd shut that down, and when he asked that reporter, hold up, what date you say? When'd you say? False. And I was like, dang, he waiting for them to say the exact date because he know it's done or something is wrong, it's going on. But just the date. He never said it ain't happening. We ain't talking. It's nowhere near done. He just said false on the date. I like that. That's good stuff, bro. Yeah,
and we know Floyd been wanting this fight to happen for a while anyway. Back if you go back a couple of years when Floyd was doing an interview, he was complaining and he said, he kind of like said this subliminal statement about, you got these guys talking about who they don't want to fight right now and this, that, and the other. And he was like, man, we need to be getting these fights and this, that, and the other. And I'm not saying he was talking exclusively about that fight, but I know that he's openly said many times that, he thought there was a big fight and that, they needed to happen. Mm-hmm. So I think, Floyd's a good ally for Spence and Crawford to have in terms of wanting to have the fight. I'm not saying he's their best friend. I'm not saying he's not who he is in terms of how, his attitude about things. But I think that when you got Floyd on the side of wanting to make the fight happen, as opposed to some of these other people that are involved who come out making statements against the fight, I'd rather take what Floyd is saying and see Floyd take the position he's taking than him take the position that they're taking.
100%. I agree. And that's when I say that to me told me a lot. That spoke volumes when Floyd had that little moment. I know a lot of people focused on the negative, but I'm like, bro, what he is something he is what he's not saying. And that was all it. And Floyd is the best source, bro. You know what I'm saying? But let me go ahead and wrap this one on up, D-Lo. I'm going to get ready to get on that. Any last words, my brother?
No, man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Y'all hit that like button for me, man. Y'all hit that like button and share and engage the chat. That's all I got on it, man. I'll holler at you next time. Peace.
All right, bro. Yeah, man. My main man, D-Lo 44 boxing all day. You know what I'm saying? Much love, homie. I appreciate that wonderful call, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it, fight fans. I mean, look, man. I think we got a reason to be excited. Don't let nobody water this down. We ain't gonna let Eddie do it. Eddie got 2 times a year that he's excited, and he think he's doing so damn much. You know what I'm saying? Bro, stop it. You know what I'm saying? You come out a handful of times in running boxing. Everybody else been smacking you around. Bob Arum been doing whatever he wanted to do. PBC been running shit for as far as we can remember. You know what I'm saying? So stop it. We got another call coming in. I'm going to take this call right here, and I recognize this one all day. 402. What's up, man? You rocking out with Mainman. This is who I think it is. There he is. What's up with you, champ? It's my main man. Man, what's up with you, bruh? How you doing, man? Hot out here, bruh. Hot out here, man. Hey, I'm glad though, cause we need that for the 4th, man. I want a nice chill last day, man. You know, I don't want no rain, no clouds, none of that shit. I'm ready to light the sky up. You know what I mean? So I need a cool ass 4th. You know what I'm saying? I need a cool ass 4th. Hey, let me ask you, fam. Tell me what you think about what I was saying earlier about the fact of if Bud goes southpaw and takes away the jab of Earl. Is that a possibility, D-Ray? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Probably gonna lose. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on. I see they said the audio was low. I got you now. Yeah, you say, yeah, you got to. So what he just said, fight fans, is you got to take away Spencer's jab because if not, you're probably going to lose. My thing is when you build a house, right, you need a solid foundation, right? You ain't going to have no kind of house if you don't have a great foundation. And to me, Spencer's foundation is the jab. Like he's coming forward, he's flicking that thing 2-3 times, bam, then throwing that left hand downstairs, bam, bringing it up, maybe check hooking you, but it's always behind the jab. And given if he does, and that starts his grind, you know what I'm saying? He's not a knockout artist like Crawford with one punch is going to knock nobody out. If the jab ain't landing or ain't measuring properly, can he still build that house?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't think he can build that house without that jab? Because is he going to be able to just walk straight in and just start throwing haymakers on Bud and like working on the inside without getting to the inside? If he don't get in behind that jab, he going to get some incoming fire.
Oh, absolutely. And see, bro, and that's the thing. I heard it, Danny Garcia interview today, and he was talking about he thought that they landed the same amount of power shots, but Spence out jabbed him. So, you know, right there, it's just like if you don't stop the jab, it don't matter what else you do.
And that's why I had got this idea from listening to Danny's interview over on Custer. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me go, hold on. Because he said, well, when Earl has to go up against another southpaw, and he was speaking about maybe an advantage can, you know, what kind of advantage might be taken away or whatever, man. And like I say, I always get it from the Spence fans that Crawford's power jab, because we know that shit is a power jab, may be taken away from Earl as a southpaw. But what happens if Earl jab is taken away from Crawford switching to southpaw? You know what I'm saying? And I just think that that's a possibility. That might cause a malfunction.
Yeah. Bro, you know, I seen and I had noticed it before, but I seen a video. A Bud was fighting somebody. I wish I would have remembered, but he was in the southpaw stance, bro. But he was still throwing a lead left jab, and it was the lead left, and it was working, bro, from the southpaw style. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah. That's like just taking your jab back an extra foot or two and still being able to just reach the target. But then that's the thing. If that left does land, then you're in a power position with that right because you already, you know, closed the damage with it.
I agree. I mean, if he goes southpaw, switch that right hand to the jab hand, man, it's a power shot now at that point. It's a fast power shot. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say those jabs are not going to be equal.
Right.
Those jabs are different.
Right, and see, here's the one thing too, and I'm gonna say something else real quick, but when he goes to throw his jab, bro, and it's probably the southpaw jab is what I'm really thinking of, but the way that he can switch it into almost like a hook, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Man, it catch him off guard, bro, because they'll be ready for the jab, but then it's hitting them in the temple and in the side of the head, and they like, where did that come from?
He hit you with shots you don't even see. Them bitches coming around the gloves. They coming around the guards. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. And when you coming into Bud, like if Earl wants to be Terminator Earl, 2 jabs and walking forward and coming and going to the guts and going to the body on the inside, man, dog, he risking so many clips. He is risking so many clips from a dude that punches better than anybody at welterweight. He is risking so many clips.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's hard for me to.
And being a flat-footed target. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. That was a great point, bro. And being a flat-footed target. So, man, bro, the way this equation is forming out is favoring Bud, man. It's too many. Like D-Lo was just saying, it's too many layers, too many tools in that bag, man. And there's a lot other tools which we gonna keep in the bag for right now until we get that announcement, and then we can talk about the remainder of those tools. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot in that bag that people are overlooking, and just the fight, just the notion of Bud is a fighter, meaning that a guy that figures out a way to win. It may not always be pretty, it may not always be swift, but he always gets the job done. That's the one element that can't be underestimated. You know what I'm saying? And he's shown that through classes. We know what we got in our hands. We know exactly what we got.
Hey, bro, and I think the last show that not the last show, but one of the ones you had last week, though, you said that he hit with them FU punches too, bro. That I was like, bang, bing, bing.
Yes, he sprinkled a
he
body.
He ain't just throwing them. He throwing them for impact. Go ahead, man.
Impact, bro. He got a box of "fuck you" in his locker that he spray on his knuckles every time right before the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what is going on up in this jump, and they can't understand it. They can't understand it, D-Ray. They can't figure out why little Bud 135 Bud from Omaha is moving through classes and stopping and leaving a trail of bodies everywhere that he goes, man. Because we know. We hip. You know what I mean?
Man, look at the way you be cooking that thing, bro. You be doing it, man. I swear, man. That's why.
Hip, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I appreciate you, bro.
Same to you,
Hey,
D-Ray.
you got it as good as you gonna have that grill on the 4th, bro.
Yes, sir. Can't
hey,
wait.
Man, but I want to ask you a couple questions, though, if I can. Look.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope you pop a little vid or something out there, man, because I know you're gonna be enjoying yourself.
Yes,
man.
I really
let
love
us
the
all,
4th.
kind of enjoy it with you a little bit.
Yeah, man, I love the 4th, bro. I love the 4th, man. It's
Yes,
just
sir.
I'm gonna be out there all night. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about streaming while I'm shooting the fireworks up in the air, man. Make it a big little extravaganza or something, you know? It'd be cool.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, how big the homie Apollo done got since the last time you threw him on the can, bro?
Man,
he
this
done
dude
doubled up
big.
in size or what?
Bruh, I done went through 2. You know how like you get the dog collars, man? He done already outgrown 2 dog collars. Like they can't adjust no bigger than you got it, bro. Now he's literally about 8 months old and he's wearing a dog collar. Man, he huge, bro. Eating me out of house and home. You know what I'm saying? Love him to death though, man. And look, hey, D-Ray. Hey,
yes, sir.
Chicks love him, bro.
Just make you hustle a little bit harder. Go ahead, bro.
I don't say the ladies.
I know you do, bro.
The ladies love him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I get
yeah.
Can't go nowhere, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you, D-Ray. You got any more last thoughts before I get out of here, bro?
Hey, yes, sir. I just wanted to ask you opinion or whatever on this one, though. But because I heard that Bob Arum was trying to move the lawsuit out of the court, you know what I'm saying? And the judge denied him to be able to do that because he was saying that the lawsuit has standing in merit.
Yes.
And basically what the lawsuit was is that Bob said that if he couldn't get him the Earl fight, he had to pay him $900,000 or whatever. And then also that I think that there was another fight that he was supposed to have, you know. But Bob tried to get it to to a lower court and or a higher court. I don't know.
Higher court.
I think it's in a state court. Right. But so Bob tried to get it to go federal or something like that, trying to drain more money out of Bud. But that judge say, I think I can handle this right here. You know what I'm saying?
Smart on Bud and his legal team for just being on top of that, man. You know, Bob tried to pull a little slick one on, man. You know what I mean? And try to basically make Bud spend a bunch of money and have to prove like even a tighter window of proving on evidence and shit. Like when they go to federal court, having any little reason to stall the lawsuit out. Bud ain't trying to spend money forever and pay lawyers forever. You know what I mean? That's what the rich do. Try to outspend the little guy and beat him in court.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm glad that his side won it, man. Salute the Bud, man. And like I said earlier, when this first happened, D-Ray, this has shown great results for fighters like Shakur, who Bob did not want to give him that Oscar Valdez fight. You know what I'm saying? And this lawsuit got Shakur to be unified. He gave it to him
quick now, too.
Yep, 100%.
Hey, bro, last thing I'm going to say is this. earlier this week, bro, I was able to actually talk on to Jihad Tucker, bro, on a different platform. You know, I don't know if you want me to be a tell or not, but dude was interviewing him, and his media marketing agent, bro, he called me and told me to jump on so I could ask him some questions, bro. So I was, really happy about that, man. It was the first time I tried to talk to a professional fighter on an interview, bro, but it was like, 5 minutes, bro, or whatever, you know what I mean? I didn't want to
Did you post it on your channel?
The panel.
Is it on your channel?
Yeah, I did, bro. Yeah.
No, we're going to support
I'm doing that, bro, as well. But, yeah.
Yeah, please.
My man.
Yeah,
bro, I just, the only thing I told him, though, bro, is that, basically, one thing he was doing the routine back in the day, getting ready to be a pro or whatever, but he was doing 4,000 sit-ups a day, 2,000 push-ups, and 2,000 squats, bro. I was like, incredible. You know what I'm saying?
God damn, 2,000 squats.
And then also, I was just telling him, man, that I thought that he was repping for New York, bro, and he liked that, because he was like, yeah, New York teams ain't been doing too good lately. So, I told him, hey, man, you still carried it and won the night for New York.
Nice.
When you fought, bro. But I appreciate you. Everybody subscribe, like, and share. And man,
yes, sir.
I'm waiting for that red corner, homie.
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised you ain't throwing them coffee cups all across the screen, but I'm waiting for that red corner, homie.
Yes, sir. Hey, check out them coffee cups and that red corner.
Hey, man, so when's the next show then, man? I know with the holidays.
Yeah, it's a holiday weekend. Damn, I would say Sunday, but it's hard to say, man. To be real with you, D-Ray, it's really hard to say. Yeah. More than likely, maybe Monday on the actual, because I'm celebrating the 4th over the weekend. So more than likely, it's going to be Monday. So this Sunday's version of We Talking Boxing Live Fight Fans, I'm going to be probably pushing at the Monday due to the holiday weekend. You know what I mean? So y'all come on and rock out with me then. We're going to do a panel style in the next
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy. Exactly, man. Enjoy, bro. Thank you, everybody in the chat, fam. Love y'all. Keep doing y'all thing. Stay safe as well. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, D-Ray. Same to you, man. Thank you very much, man. Man, that's the homie D-Ray Fight Fans. That is fam right there. D-Ray says he has an interview on his channel, Fight Fans. Let's go support that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go support D-Ray. Go check out his interview that he got posted on his channel. Everybody, man, that is fam right there, and we look out for one another. You know what I'm saying? Phone lines are now closed, everybody. That is it for the night for me. I am all talked out, you know what I'm saying? And there is one more thing that I do want to speak on real quick before we do get out of here, though, Fight Fans. And let me just pull this artwork down of Earl and Bud, man. Man, we waiting, Fight Fans. And I think y'all just stay patient, stay the course. We going to get what we want. The wheels are turning behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? So I want to say this, though, one last thing before I get out of here. And that is, I was looking at the press conference today, man, earlier. With AJ and Usyk, man. Did y'all see that press conference that came out a bit earlier? They had another one there. I think it's their second one. And I noticed that Eddie Hearn, shit was funny, man, because Eddie Hearn, he had to break them up from the face-off because Joshua took so much heat from pulling away from that face-off first. I know we gave him a lot of heat here on the channel. And I see Eddie Hearn had to step between them. He put his hand between them. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to let Joshua get no heat this time around. But the thing is, though, man, I'm wondering, though, and I'm looking into the dynamic of Robert Garcia and Anthony Joshua. And I noticed something about Joshua today. I was going to play some of the interview, but we'll just do it on another one. You know what I'm saying? But Joshua was saying, he's feeling a lot of pressure from this fight. I was listening to one of his interviews he did with a little media scrum. And he was saying that he's feeling a lot of pressure going into this fight. And when they asked him about Robert Garcia, well, he was just like, Robert, where's he at? He's over there somewhere. And I'm thinking to myself, like, it just seems to me there's not a lot of chemistry there. It just seems that way to me. And this is just Mainman's thoughts. It almost seems like Robert is over there and AJ is over here. You know what I'm saying? I always think I like it best. If you're going to bring on a new coach, it's best to go to that coach's environment. Meaning that when you bring in Robert Garcia around McCracken and taking him to the UK, he's kind of like a fish out of water. And he almost kind of look like he kind of sticks out. But when they beside each other, they don't seem like friends and buddies. They don't seem like They on the same wavelength to a certain degree. It just seemed like Joshua is trying to figure it out, and Robert Garcia is just there. That's what it seemed like to me. And I could be tripping, you know what I'm saying? But it just seemed like, I don't know, Robert Garcia is just kind of like there. But I don't feel chemistry that way. See, when Tyson Fury first linked up with Sugar, him and Sugar became friends first. Like, they was on pictures and taking pictures with their shirts off, and they were buddies and friends and all this good stuff. I don't know. It just seemed like that they built up a chemistry first, and then they started to go and execute what they did against Wilder. It just seems that way, fight fans. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. You know what I mean? And I don't feel that with these two. He was looking for Robert Garcia. Robert's over there doing his own interviews. He doing his, and they separate. AJ looking kind of like lost, like, and I'm just like, dog, is Robert there for the cameras? Is he there to soak it all up and to get his name, you know? It just seems to me, it's just, I don't know, man. Other than moral support, every time I listen to these two talk, all I hear is them saying how Robert is like giving more moral support than anything. But they're sitting on the stage together. They're not looking at each other. They're not whispering to each other. Like, not nothing. Maybe it's just me. I feel it's like when a trainer links up with a fighter, especially when it's new, if there's no chemistry there, I don't give a damn how good of a track record a trainer or a fighter got. You got to have chemistry first. Robert needs to stand next to AJ at all times. Even some of the questions that AJ may struggle with along the way, because a lot of the questions he do struggle with. I'm just like, bro, where the hell is Robert Garcia? I don't know. It just seems that way. It just seems that way, man. It just seems that way. I'm gonna play just a little bit of the media scrum before we get out of here of Anthony Joshua speaking to the press about pressure. Pressure, fight fans. Let's listen to a little bit of this. I'm gonna turn this music off.
Again, do more than what I did the first time and do something different. So yeah, it is. I've been in this position before.
You always look so calm and cool under pressure, even today, and there's a lot riding on this fight for you. Do you not feel any type of pressure or anything like that?
Oh, 100%. 100% I feel the pressure. It'd be silly of me to deny it and say I don't. 100% I feel the pressure, but it's good. It's good pressure. You know, I want to thrive under pressure. Pressure makes diamonds.
AJ. Sorry, what have you learned from the Ruiz? The first fight that you've taken into this fight going into the rematch?
Do more, not less. Do more, win the fight. Do more.
Anthony, I was watching you before you walked into the press conference room, and you was peeping your head around, looking at the screen, like the footage from the first fight. I'm sure it's nothing new to you, and you've studied and analysed it over and over again, but after you finished watching it, I saw you start to shadow sparring. What goes through your mind when you're watching that footage?
The adrenaline starts pumping, reality starts kicking in. Yo, this is what we're aiming for. Remember, I've been in training camp, so this is like the first time apart from going to Jeddah, but this is like when we leave training camp, and it's like, it opens your eyes again about what we're working towards, really. So that's why I start shadow boxing. So if this was the ring now, how would I be dealing with it?
How have you found the link up with Robert Garcia so far, Anthony?
It's been a blessing, man. He's a cool guy. I think he's over there now, talking with like other media. He's a cool guy. I respect Robert a lot. How
does kind of the training capacity work with him and Angel? How do things kind of set up and shape up there?
So I let Angel decide who he wanted to work with in the long run, because he has to be comfortable who he works with. They've got the same philosophies and the same mindset.
You're used to being the crown favourite for these fights, but obviously with the situation in Ukraine.
So that's the mindset of AJ going into this. He says he feels the pressure. He says he loves the pressure. He says the pressure basically is making him feel alive to a certain degree. He says when it comes down to Robert Garcia, well, he feels as though him and Angel Fernandez, the was once head trainer that's been bumped down to assistant trainer, well, he feel like that them two got a good chemistry together and they work on the same philosophy. So he's basically relying on Angel Fernandez in this pick here. I hope it works, man. I really do. But I'm not feeling the chemistry. We'll see, fight fans. But the mindset of AJ seems to be good. A little distant. Thinking still a lot. He's just got finished talking about him picturing himself walking in for the ring walk, shit that he shouldn't even be thinking about, picturing what it looks like, what he's going to do. Stop doing that, man. Become instinctual. Stop thinking ahead. Stop pre-planning. Stop thinking that everything is going to be 1, 2, 3, ABC. Become instinctual. Be like water. Flow. What Bruce Lee say. Water, when it's in the cup, it becomes the cup. It penetrates rock. You know, I can't say it like Bruce, but y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Be like water, bro. Flow. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Let it all come to you. He says he got to do more. You definitely got to do more, but don't do too much, because if you put out Oleksandr Usyk, it's going to stop your ass, bro. And I don't know if y'all seen Oleksandr Usyk, but Oleksandr Usyk is with that mean stare. He ain't playing no games, fight fans. He ready to get this thing on. I can't wait to see this fight. The implications are going to be huge. I want to say much love to the fam. Much love to everybody for rocking out with the homie for another edition of We Talking Boxing Live, the greatest boxing show on earth. A couple comments and I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Much love to the fam. I'm going to scroll back some. Salute to my homie Mike Ryan. Mike, man, I'm so glad to have you back up in here, Mike. I hope you feeling good, bruh. Hope you feeling good, man. Everything in boxing is behind the jab. Spence got a variation of jabs. Oh, he got a variation of jabs now, huh? He throws all kinds of jabs now, right? Okay, how many variations of a jab is there, Mike? Are you telling me that he changes the speed up on it or the angle on it? I mean, from what I see from his jab, it's more of a slapping jab that comes up and comes down. That's what it seems like to me. But I don't know what you mean about variations of a jab. It doesn't matter what variation we're talking about. If Terence Crawford flips to southpaw, all variations of all jabs may be out the window. You know what I'm saying? Luke Colazzo says, yo, Mainman got the Patience Award with Lenar. Hey, bro, it ain't easy sometimes, but I got a lot of love for Lenar, man. He's been supporting the channel for as far as I can remember. That's my bro right there, man. I am expecting for Lenar to always be Lenar. You know what I'm saying? I always say that. Much love to him. You know what I mean? He said, Napoleon says, yo, Mike, it's over for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I think so, too. I just wish we hurry up and get this fight announced so I can go deep into the bag. You know what I mean? And let out some of the things that just ain't being said, fight fans, that are being overlooked. And trust me when I tell you, there's many things. You know what I'm saying? Napoleon says, don't mean to be pessimistic, but the fight is not happening. Them boys don't really want to smoke. Bud backed them down, and now they are figuring a way out to save face. Hey, man, I'm watching. I am watching, and I am watching with the eagle eye. Trust me. When the chips fall down, we're going to know exactly where to put them shits. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to know exactly where the feet going who feet that these going to lay at. And we're going to go over and over and over and over again all day. I just want to keep reminding folks who got everything to lose here. We talk boxing business all the time. Well, who has the most to lose here? We know the fighters want it. I've been on this tip. You know, it's funny. Some of the old videos I've been going through, came across a video I did 3 years ago, fight fans. 3 years ago. And I was saying the same things that I'm saying today. How the suits are blocking the fight, how they said the fighters want the fight, but the suits don't want it. Same shit. Same shit. Nothing ain't changed. Remember who has everything to lose. Their only pay-per-view star. A big state. A brand like the Dallas Cowboys. Do they want to risk that? Do they want to gamble with that? That's the question that we all should be asking ourselves. Because if it's up to Bud and Spence, they'll take this fight in a heartbeat. Either man. They don't got to worry about the suits problem. The suits are the ones that are looking at the bottom lines and who did what and what branded. If somehow, some way this thing went left, we'll know where to put the chips. Trust me when I tell y'all that. Mike says, I'll be scratching my head wondering why do we have to go through all of this toolbox against this competition. Hey, Mike, man, look, bro. Nobody has ever said that Errol Spence Jr. is not a dynamic fighter. He's a fighter. In order to beat him, You gonna have to go in your toolbox. Ain't no just anybody just beating Errol Spence Jr. I agree. Terence Crawford is gonna have to be the absolute best Terence Crawford that night. I do not for a second believe that Errol Spence is not a fighter that you're gonna have to go deep in your toolbox. This man is still in his prime. This man is still a very dynamic and dangerous fighter on all levels. It's just that there's a bigger wolf out there. He's a big wolf. But I'm talking about the big bad wolf. I mean, he's a big wolf. But what about the big bad wolf? That bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's who I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. Hell no, the legends ain't fighting. Nobody cares about that. Just get in the ring, just like Spence said, and keep the same energy. But Mike, it does seem like that Spence Nation turned up another level when the legends came out and said what they said. It just seems that way. It seems that way. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Let's not hate on the legends. We love the legends. We grew up with the legends. We watch the legends. We admire the legends. You know what I mean? I hated the stuff that I heard about James Toney. I hate the stuff I hear about Roy Jones now. I hate the stuff that I hear about Andre Ward and everybody, but all because they didn't pick Crawford. We can act like it ain't out there, Mike, but it's out there. And it's very unfortunate. But them boys know what they see. You know what I'm saying? Much love to you all, man. A couple more. Let me scroll down some. D-Ray Promotion says, J-High Tucker, Prospect of the Year interview. Please go check out D-Ray Promotions interview all day. Check it out, fight fans. Donald Bell, my man, what's up, man? Man, if Bob lost so much money with Bud, why did he try to re-sign Bud? People need to look at Bob's actions and stop listening to the BS coming out of Bob's mouth. That's exactly what I've been trying to tell everybody, fam. That's exactly what I've been trying to prove, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I went down that whole rabbit hole about how did Terence Crawford get this blockbuster deal? How did Terence Crawford get a bonus put into his contract if they didn't make the Errol Spence Jr. fight? Why did Bob give up all of this for just little old Bud if he was not what they saying he is? Why did ESPN bet on Bud? Why did they bet on Bud? Vasyl Lomachenko was right there. Why did they bet on Bud? You notice these networks, they put the guy that's going to push them the most on the front line, right? We see over there with DAZN, for example, right? They want Canelo bad because Canelo is pushing their descriptions. If Canelo falls out of their spot, they will put Ryan Garcia right there. Because they believe that this is the hottest name that's going to push our brand forward. Well, ESPN believed in Bud Crawford. I'm just saying they did. And this is the worldwide leader in sports, fight fans. Tell me where I'm going wrong, if I'm going wrong. Much love to the fam. I'm out of here, man. It's been a great show. Thank you to all of the callers. Thank you to everyone that support, man. Thank you. Hit that thumbs up for the homie on the way out. If you did not hit it on the way in, do the homie a favor. Share. Rock those bells. If I don't get a chance to talk with y'all before the 4th of July holiday this weekend, I want to say happy 4th of July to each and every one of y'all, man. Enjoy the time with your family and friends. Most importantly, be safe. Be safe. And hold the homie down on a plate, because I'm coming past. Thumbs up, fight fans. Much love to you all. Stay blessed, stay stressed, and sucker free. Remember, the devil is everywhere, omnipresent, wants to be everywhere at the same damn time. Once you sad, once you depressed, once you hurt, once you missing out on all of the fireworks and the festivities, don't want you going out there enjoying this beautiful sunshine in this summer. Why? Another year can pass you by. Another year that your life is leaving you. Why are you doing that? You better enjoy your time here and don't let nobody ever make you feel like you're less than a conqueror all day. Much love to you all, fight fans. Be blessed, man. And until the next video, y'all. Peace out.